Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you doing, chat? Happy Friday the 13th from me to you. Hope you guys are doing good. We are going to kick things immediately into some more Kerbal Space Program, trying to figure out if we can lock in this controller. I've been playing around with it a little bit off stream today. I'm thinking it could be good, and then if it's good for our DCX vehicle, then we're going to go right into our orbital class vehicle and make sure that that's good. What's up, Space Gravy? How are you doing? Space Plasma, hope you guys are doing good. First thing I want to do is I want to try putting out a new camera out here. If you guys recall, we did have a camera sitting out here just off the pad, and it was a very wide angle. I think it was actually called like super wide angle lens, and it's a little bit too wide of an angle. I really want to test out one of the other cameras first, get that set, so that way we can have some good camera shots for if, or rather when, our DCX vehicle is able to land. Then after that, if that all works, I want to get our Kerbal construction out again and figure out how to use that mod to put a pad over here. I think that would be great to actually have a pad over here for us to target, so that way we're not technically flying our boost back burn all the way over KSC proper. That's, generally speaking, in real life terms, very dangerous. So yeah, I think it'd be good to put a pad over here. Maybe even further out with a road connecting it, something along those lines I'd like to do as well if we're going to really start getting into reusable rockets. What's up, Caslo? Oh, and Caslo, I took a gander at what you've been pushing my way on GitHub. Looks awesome. Haven't been able to play with it yet because work has been pretty ongoing at the moment, but this weekend I plan to, and then I want to, if it's okay with you, if I can get to it this weekend, show it next week and actually implement it as part of our performance diagnostics, if that's good with you. But anyways, how you doing, Caslo? Happy Friday. All right, chat. So first things first, I want to get our helicopter out, put another camera out there next to the pad, test it, see if it's a better angle. If not, then we'll revert, and then we'll go from there right into some DCX vehicle stuff. What were we using previously? Was it this one? No, it was not. It was not that. Nope. Nope. Zero. And what's up, Isaac? How are you doing? No, it was not that at all. Nope. It's not it. That ain't it, chat. Not even a little bit. I want this one. This one. Perhaps this one. Put a camera on the VAB. We already have that, Isaac. We do already have that one, which is why, yep, here we go. We do, in fact, already have one on top of the VAB, but it's pointing towards this pad for us to actually be able to see boost, backburn, and landing from our launch complex over orbital class vehicles. So yeah, the project was fun to do with the code as you want. Awesome, beautiful, sounds brilliant. So this is the current camera we have. It's called wide angle camera. Works great, but I wanted to see if one of the other ones might be better for us. The don't need night vision, but the science camera, I think, is essentially the same as the wide angle camera, but not wide angle. So that should be hopefully good. And then I'm pretty sure, just like the last one, I'm going to need to flip it over like so. And then let's angle it up 10 degrees, maybe 15. Maybe let's do 15 and see what that gets us. Again, this is not a wide angle camera view, so we're gonna see less stuff, but the wide angle camera, we could see more than the whole pad, and it was too zoomed out in my opinion. So let's go ahead and save this, go ahead and get our capable pilot. What's up, Matt Chat? How are you doing? How was your stream earlier, my friend? Hope you were doing good. Let's see here. Let's get EU in the pilot seat. And then we can get a co-pilot, the moist co-pilot. Great, brilliant. Hope nobody has a problem with that word. And we're gonna try and put this into the middle of the pad here, like so. And brilliant, looks good. Save it, launch it. Clear the pad. The DCX vehicle is out there, huh? No way. Well, that's a bummer, chat. We've been reusing that same DCX vehicle for a long time, but I guess we'll clear it. Technically, it's not on the pad. It's on the pad that we put out there with Kerbal Constructs, and I guess that counts as this pad. So, whatever. Yeah, we'll go ahead and clear that. Next. Get Thomas Kerman back. Awesome. There we go. So I guess I didn't even have to put this out here from the VAB. I should have just put it out on the... on the airport strip, but whatever, on the runway. And for your who was asking? Isaac. Yeah, that's right, Isaac. If you were interested in what camera we have on the VAB, it's this one. Check it. So yeah, we have a wide angle camera view. Actually, I don't think this one is wide angle. I'd have to go check. But yeah, we have this camera angle view on top of the VAB overlooking our what will be our landing zone as well as the pad. So we have this camera set up for that, which is pretty nice. It was excellent getting close on the Lathe SSTO, starting work on designing the mining craft. Awesome. Oops. Well, I guess that's what happens when you're not paying attention, chat. We'll revert that. All right. Yeah, let's see if we can not do that and have a good time here. There we go. Have those ramp up to full speed. There we go. And we'll go ahead and take off. Perfect. Oh gosh, every time, chat. Every time I forget that this is the wrong control point. There we go. Now we're better. Hey Reg, how are you doing? Yeah, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. It was a good question. It was definitely a good question to have. All right, let's get this over here. So this is a contra-rotating Sky Crane Sikorsky Boeing S-1B crossover. Yeah, that's what this is. It's a mix between the Sikorsky Sky Crane and the Sikorsky Boeing, the SB-1 Defiant. So we have a pusher prop in the back to help us get speed. This thing can sustain like 80 meters per second, which is very fast for a helicopter. And then this thing can basically carry at least 10 tons, which is all we've put it to so far, and it did that pretty easily. So it's kind of a workhorse, which is nice. I built a shuttle once. It did not go well. Shuttles can definitely be hard. That is definitely true. Shuttles are very difficult, especially asymmetric style of shuttles. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's go ahead and start bringing this back. I should really open these up so I can see how we have them deflected. There we go. And if anybody's been able to just watch the VOD, it's on YouTube as well, of our rescue mission using this thing. So we landed by accident one of our capsules over here by the mountains. So we took this thing, flew it all the way over to the mountains, which at 80 meters per second was not a horrible ride. Picked up the capsule, which was on the side of a mountain. We were able to use a combination of lift from the contra-rotating main rotors and the pusher propellers in the back to be able to pick it up at an angle, which was just absolutely wild. And then we landed the helicopter, hooked up the capsule, and brought the capsule all the way back. So it was good. It was a good mission. It was very back heavy when I tested the plane. Yeah, believe it or not, like the real life space shuttle, like if you look at the space shuttle orbiter, see if we can't get like a cutaway diagram. The reason why it works so well is because you have so much stuff crammed into the front of the aircraft, right? Into the front of the orbiter. So yeah, you have these big heavy engines, a lot of propellant in the back, a lot of structural stuff with the tail, all the wing segments. And then when you look at the front, it's got the massive pressure vessel of the entire cockpit area, as well as the mid deck. It has the electrical systems. It has all of the computer and avionics. It has its own forward RCS propellant. It has the forward landing gear. There's a bunch of stuff crammed at the very, very nose of this aircraft, which helps balance it out. And in fact, if you look at the space shuttle orbiter, like from the side, if I can get a, no, not an isometric view. I'm looking for like a wire diagram. I don't know what it's really called. Yeah, this one, basically this. You can tell for pretty much any aircraft, if you can see a side view of it like this, where the center of mass typically is, because it's always going to be just forward of the aft landing gear. So despite all of this stuff and all of these heavy engines in the back, the actually you can, you know what, let me actually take this, because this is generally speaking a rule of thumb way to estimate where your center of mass is on landing. You copy image, go into paint, paste this in paint. Let's get this like this. If you take a line and you draw it from the ground where the wheel touches to the back part of the shuttle, and then you draw a line, another line perpendicular to that. So if I can, stop it. Oh man, really? All right, there we go. There's that one. And then you draw a line basically perpendicular to that upwards. That tells you roughly where your center of mass is going to be. So you can see basically right here, the center of mass is going to be forward of that line. And it's basically going to be right there, perpendicular with respect to the line that the landing gear make, which is pretty cool. But yeah, shuttle balancing, especially with asymmetric thrust, being able to have it glide very well, super difficult in both real life and in KSP. So yeah. Bring back the shuttle, that's right. Bring it back. You had a short fuselage on the back of it too. Yeah, gotcha. Hey, what's up, Graham? How are you doing? With literally steel weights. Yeah, I don't doubt that, Jan. That's actually really cool. I haven't heard of that. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me if that's the case for sure. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can't place this camera right here. And you can tell that if we're placing the camera here, this is where the other one was, that a wide angle camera, not great. let me tell you what, not great. All right, I also want to, before I do that, try to enable port staging, and if I can, bring you down this way. All right, cool. And we're just going to basically land the helicopter with this here. Try to get it lined up. Doesn't have to be perfect. But I do need it to actually be pointing towards the pad, which would be good. There we go. Easy peasy, chat. All right, let's see what that camera angle looks like. Ooh, that's actually really good. We can actually afford even a steeper angle on the camera lens. Because this is at, what, 15? If this is at 15, we can probably go to 20 or 25? Maybe 20. So we'll get, like, you know, from here. That's actually really good. I want to do that. So let's revert to the vehicle assembly building. And glide is still a very generous term for the brick plummeting to Earth. That's true. That is true. Lots of baguette tanks with only oxidizer in the front. That's one way to do it. Yeah. If we look at my shuttle, yeah, we crammed a whole bunch of crap in the front. Like just, you know, those big reaction wheels. We turned like the reaction wheel off, but we still had that massive structure in the front. I think we even shoved a crew compartment in the front as well. So we had the cockpit, the shuttle cockpit, right? But I think we also shoved a crew capsule in the front as well, to act as like the mid deck or whatever, because you have that big pressure vessel in the front. There's ways to do it. There's no easy way, or there's no just like right out of the box way to do it, I guess, in the stock game. Let's see. I think it's here. Let's do shuttle. Pad 39A shuttle. Yeah. Yeah. Define glide. I'm still amazed the approach videos with how much they flare. I know, right? Indeed. So this is my shuttle. And actually, this is actually the old version. I think I was in the middle of upgrading it to be a little bit cleaner looking, like basically out of fairings. But anyways, this is our shuttle here. And oh, that's right. This vehicle, I used batteries. I used an entire array of batteries and structural panels to help with that weight. So if you can see here, not only does it look like the forward tiles on the space shuttle, but also it helps with weight because all of these batteries are very, very heavy, relatively speaking. We have our RCS, we have a fairing up front, and then we have these massive reaction wheels with their wheel authority turned down to basically 0. So yeah, all of that crammed up in the front. You have the crew compartment in the back, basically the airlock. Yeah, all of this to help the shuttle be a little bit more nose heavy instead of aft heavy for sure. They would burn. I guess I'll shove lots of wait, they would burn, right? What would burn? I might have to go to my friends. I might have to go. My friends are getting mad. I won't get on siege with them. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. You gotta keep those relations up, Graham, for sure. You gotta do it while you can before Ubisoft goes under, right? Kappa. You can go. You can get a tracking camera by using reaction wheels and a ball joint that targets the vessel. Was that what YouTube chat was talking about? Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think so, Sea Kraken. That's actually a really cool idea. I don't know how we can execute that super cleanly. We can definitely do that though, because we can put like the control on another thread, but then we would have to activate it somehow once it comes into render range and physics range. That's interesting. That's certainly interesting. They would burn, right? Oh, no. They would not. No, because I essentially have, so what's interesting about the batteries, right, is they actually have decent heat tolerance, but basically because of where I attach them, you can see that the batteries, what do you call it? Physics box or collider box, the collider mesh, does not line up with where the actual battery back is. So if I actually get the battery part out that I was using, can't be the first vessel. Okay, here. So if we look at the batteries that I was using, which are just these 800 pack ones, and we turn it around, right? You see that thing in the back? Look where the collider mesh is. It's all the way at the back line of the battery where this caution tape is. So this part right here, even though it's poking over the side of the panels, isn't actually a physical part. It's just a, what would you even call that? It's just the mesh, the visual mesh. It's not the actual physical mesh of the part. So the actual physical part were behind the tiles, and because we basically always keep the shuttle nose pointed up even when it's turning side to side doing its S turns, the actual hot stuff never touched the battery, which was pretty interesting. But yeah, good call. Like, yeah, if the batteries were just out there, yeah, they would have a hard time. Fluff, yeah, the fluff of the battery. Glide ratio of the shuttle was 4.5 to 1. I was even thinking that was kind of generous. I think that's 4.5 max, like when it's like on landing approach and flared, versus a normal airliner, which is 20 to 1. Yeah. Yeah, shuttle was a marvel of engineering for sure. It was this one. Nope, not that one. Yes, this one. All right, let's do this one out here again. I'm going to raise the camera up another 5 degrees. Boop. And see what that gets us now. Might even be able to do another 5 degrees after this. We'll test it. Flying is flying, yeah. But at some point, it just becomes falling with style. Quite literally. I guess that would be what biconic reentry vehicles do. They do generate lift, but not a lot. Not a lot. All right, here we go, chat. And we're up. Make sure we're controlling from the right point. And let's not hit the flagpole. That'd be great. Thank you. Oops, I had it. There we go. And we'll give us a little forward momentum here. The baseball flies, yeah, you can have a rotating object that gives you the Magnus effect, right? So that's cool. Not a lot of lift, but enough, right? Falling but missing the ground. That is also true. That is an orbit, yep. All right, let's see if we can't land this here. Put this camera up to make it look good. Then we'll see what we can do. There we go, bring that down. Gotta find the happy spot before the blade stalls. It's about 9 degrees on the back motor. Very good. And we'll null that out. How far away are we? We're almost there. There we go. I think we figured out the problem potentially. So now it's just about testing some of the tweaking I've done. I basically rewrote the PID loop again and tested both the velocity term of the controller as well as the positional term. And they both had the same effect, which was really interesting. So it seems to definitely just be a integral error, an integral wind-up issue, causing that those problems. Do I want to put it right here? I think that's fine. You know what? No, I really do want it to be over there more. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, definitely off the path here if I can, so that way it doesn't clog up once we actually start doing more recovery operations. And let's go ahead and boop, perfect. Easy peasy. And let's see what that looks like. Ooh, yeah. I think that's looking good. We can actually, I think, go one more tick up, chat. Yeah, I'm thinking we can actually go one more tick up even. Another 5 degrees probably. Yeah, integral wind up. Yeah, JDI. Exactly right. I think that's what was happening. That it was becoming stronger than the proportional gain and causing the sign to flip on the commanded actuation. All right, we're gonna do that one more time and then I will let it be, chat. So another 5 degrees on the camera and we should be good to go. There we go. That should do it. Save and launch. Run it back real quick. After PID gets semi-working, I think you should upgrade to something a little bit more. So my plan is keep the PIDs because they work. Well, hopefully they will work. Then go to the orbital class rocket, see how well it performs there. Do boost back landing burns on a pad that's here, so RTLS style. Then focus on boost back automation. Then focus probably after that looking at not only boost back automation, but yeah, then from there probably something more capable, like proportional integral navigation or something like that. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. I want enable port staging, bring this down. And then probably after that, we will get back to our mission mode, fly hopefully some reusable rockets, do that for a little while, do another viewer contract so that way you guys can have some fun in the game as well. Use that for a little bit, then start scaling things again and start looking at better reusability. Yeah, Graham, that's the plan, man. That is truly the plan, actually. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'd love to contract something like that out and have a couple of drone ships that we use for different flights. Hey, Terrace, how are you doing? There we go, looking good. All right, so this should be the last time that we have to do this. Viewer what? Viewer contracts. So if you haven't seen one yet, Isaac, every now and then when I have a spot in the game that I feel like we can essentially do outsourcing, if you will, just like NASA does in real life, I will write a contract and post it in Discord and allow viewers to create submissions, proposals for vehicles and such to basically apply to that contract. And then we do a whole like source selection process similar to what NASA does. We go through all of them, we score them, and then the top ones win. And the win basically is I use it in my game for say 2 or 3 flights, whatever the contract is stipulated for. It's a good way to get viewer engagement, and I have fun with it, and it seems like some of y'all do as well. So there we go, looking good. Have to go back a little bit, make sure we get right there on the ground. Boop. And there we go. Nice. And let's see what that looks like. Ooh, yeah, that's good. That's on point, chat. I am happy with that. Yep, I am happy with that. So I think from a landing perspective, right, it should be like over this way. Let's actually see what it's going to look like here. Yeah, because it'll be a little bit farther back. I want to see what it's going to look like from that camera angle, which is now zoomed in comparison to what we had. So where is the pad? Back here. The minimalistic rover, but yeah, indeed, Terrace, it was quite slick. There you go, Isaac, absolutely. So yeah, like the next one will probably be something like another resupply contract, so similar to what NASA did for like crew rotations. I've outsourced like cargo delivery pods and things like that. Yeah, that I think is a lot better than what we had. The other one was a wide angle view and just like super zoomed out, so pretty happy with that, chat. All right, well, let's go land this thing. We won't go too far. Just land it on the runway. Or next to the hangar, maybe. A gimbaled helicam? Could maybe do that. Hey, what's up, Ubernator? How are you? All right. Rolling on to the runway here and taxiing off towards the hangar. Doing pretty good, man. Happy Friday. I really like this thing. I think we did a good job of it. It's pretty good. There we go. Prediction started. What you doing? Let's not get too close to the VAM. There we go. Easy does it. And there we go. Yeah, we'll just bring it down nice and easy does it. And touchdown. All right, bingo. All right, let's get another DCX vehicle out, put it on the pad, and let's test it. So yeah, talking about the DCX vehicle. Pretty sure the issue was just plain old classic integral windup issues. So if anybody doesn't know what basically integral windup is, ooh, that color is so bad. There we go. Nope, I want that. There we go. Right, you have your KP, KI, and you have your KD, right? This is what your PID is. 3 gains. You have an integral term, which essentially what an integral does, right? It integrates the error over time. This can blow up very quickly, right? Especially when your error is on the order of, say, 1,000 meters or more. Then that means that every time step you're integrating this kind of error, because we were using a distance controller, right? Even if we were using the velocity term, which does help mitigate this problem a little bit naturally, the errors were so big that over time, especially with how long it took us to actually fly towards the pad, it would essentially command a larger and larger and larger pitch, right? This was our pitch over time. And so this is what integral windup essentially is. To the point where we essentially, once we got close enough and we started trying to decrease our velocity, this was then starting to flip the sign because the integral error was so huge. I think that's what was going on. So what essentially happened at that point, chat, was when we wanted to target our pad, because the integral error was so large, it was basically destabilizing the control system, and we ended up actually, once we were flying towards the pad, getting to a point where the integral term took over the proportional term, and it basically caused us to try and track something that was this way, basically flipping the sign, which was not what we wanted. So the simple fix for now is just get rid of the integral term and test it and see if the distance term solely with a proportional gain is good enough. That's pretty much it. So more KI, more time to integrate the error? Probably no, probably less. Definitely less. So like, I'll say I tested this offline to our 30-kilometer hop, which I do want to make sure we are, yeah. And it worked. So yeah, getting rid of the integral term completely worked. I also changed I completely rewrote our controller implementation and put back our positional form of the PID, but also kept the velocity form. So we can actually choose which design of our PID loop we want to include. For those of you that don't know, a positional form of a PID essentially works with the error directly, whereas the velocity term works with the change in error, or essentially the derivative, right? The change over time, every time step, the difference in our current error with respect to the previous error. And I read up on this a little bit because this was actually something I didn't know, where it's actually in a cascading controller architecture. Generally speaking, it seems to be better to use a positional error PID for the outer loop, and then a velocity PID for the inner loop. Especially when your errors, your targets are very non-conforming, meaning like huge. Like for example, what we're trying to do with our pad distance error controller. Our pad distance can be on the order of 8,000 meters. So you're accumulating massive error very quickly because you're working with terms that are huge. So believe it or not, something like a positional form can, generally speaking, work better than a velocity form when you start working with very large terms like that, or not, like I said, unique set points and things like that. So I have taken that to account, and we now have a distance controller that is not the velocity form, but our horizontal velocity controller is the velocity form. So we'll see how the mix all adds up. What's up, Caslo? Would you mind please to push the tuning changes after stream? I will make some new graphs for them. This is fascinating, by the way. Awesome. Yes, I will do that. You know what? I'll just do that right now. So this is rewrite PID controllers with velocity and rewrite PID controllers and change gains for DCX control. Commit and push. That should work. That should be on its way. Yeah. Where do you read about that? Just Google. I didn't actually save the links. I was just Googling. Good old Google foo, you know? Just looking at all the different things about modern control design and PID linear systems and whatnot. Just bet my life savings. So what's the prediction that we have here in chat? How close will the next DCX vehicle land? Within 10 meters. Between 10 and 100 meters, between 100 and 100 meters and 1 kilometer, or it's going to smash. Awesome. Well, at least nobody's going with the smash option. That's good. That's good. Awesome. Yeah, great, grand, wonderful. Anyways, let's see what we can do. But before we do that, chat, it is coming up. We're about halfway through a little bit past halfway through the first hour. On the Twitch side, I do occasionally run manual ads to try and get rid of all of the Twitch injected ads. So I'm going to run a quick ad break. Don't worry, the stream will essentially be on pause. We're going to wait for you guys to come back. And then when you guys are back, we will launch our DCX vehicle and test how those things go. So see you guys back here on the Twitch side in just a few minutes. So while that's going, seems good. Yeah. Wunderbar. What is this? Okay, so that's the camera that we just put out there. I hate that it's called debris, but just have to remember that it's not. Let's go to the space plane hangar and see what it is that we can do here. How the hell you have so much brain? I'm fried from less than 10% of all of this. Yeah, I'll make sure to answer that in case you have a block of ads. Smash? You're gonna vote Smash, Isaac? How dare you? No faith. Oh, ye of little faith. We haven't had too many DCX vehicles smash, luckily. They definitely have not hit the target super closely, but they have not smashed very much. If you come across that website to read over it, please send it to me in Discord. Yeah, let me actually see if I can find it in my history super quick since the stream is on pause. Let's see here. Is this it? Potentially? No? Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more thorough because this was a couple days ago. I don't see anything that jumps out at me. What the? Oh, I thought this website was pretty interesting. I think this is the right one I was thinking about. I don't know if this is the one that told me what I was thinking of, but it was pretty good. Just general high level stuff, but it talked about the velocity PID advantages and stuff, which I, like I said, was brushing up on. But yeah, so I'll have to see if there's other stuff in my history, but nothing else is jumping out at me at the moment. Okay, so what I was doing. Yes, Thomas Kerman. Let's go ahead and put him in the command seat, save it, and we'll put it out there. Oh, you didn't have ads this time. Great, Dave. Yeah, so, yeah, to answer your question then, how the heck do I have all of this rattling around up there? It is what I do for a day job. Well, not this specifically. I don't work with this low-level control too much in my day job, but I do work with them, and for aerospace applications, so yes. So it is what I went to school for, and it is at least here and there what I do for my job as well. Yep, so we're just gonna put this out on the runway. Twitch should be back. All we've done is load up the DCX vehicle. Hey, look at that, chat. I love this camera. Oh, it's gonna be good. Just loaded up the DCX vehicle and getting it on its way here to be set up here on the pad. You had to watch 3 minutes of ads. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. It just sucks that Twitch forces like the pre-roll ads on everybody, and then sometimes they do their own like mid-roll injected ads, it seems. So I just run my own ads since you get the I think it's an hour and a half break on ads, or it's an hour. It's an hour. So then we get no ads for a whole hour. All right, let us do this. That seems good. Let us do this. That also seems good. There we go. Brakes are on. Perfect. And release. Very good. And we'll put that down as well. Perfect. We'll bring that down as well now that it's on the ground. And we'll go ahead and undock. And drive away. And neither have anything in common with space. Fair enough, Terrace. I know. They are annoying. Exactly, Isaac. 100% I'm with you. Especially, God. The thing I don't like about YouTube is when like you're watching content or whatever, and then, you know, right in the middle of like a good part or like you're focused in, cut. add 15 seconds, can't skip. It's like, come on. Hey, what's up, Kerbaloid? How are you? This is pretty damn cool. What's up, Big G? How are you doing? You are just in time for a launch. Let's see how it goes, chats. Let's see how it goes. All right. So, if you're new to the stream, we're about to control this rocket with Python code that we have written from the ground up. This one is going to do a test all the way out to 30,000 meters. One thing I am going to be curious of about whether or not it's going to work is I wonder if this commanded velocity is going to be too high, because I think this is what we left it as when we were doing the 70-kilometer test. So this might have to be tuned for 30 kilometers, but like I said, I don't really care about tuning the performance of this vehicle to 30 kilometers when we're just going to try and get it to 70, because with PIDs, right, PIDs are only as good as the gains that you tune. And so when you change your trajectory or anything about your operating conditions, typically speaking, your PID is now no longer valid. The gains, right? So I don't want to really spend too much time tuning it for 30, but this is a general functionality test. Let's put it that way. A general functionality test, and here we go, chat. I think we're good. I think we're doing solid. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's run it. Hey, there you go, Isaac. That works. Do you know a drunken sailor song? Can't say off the top of my head I do. Other than maybe whose line is it anyway? You know, the oh 80 doy 80 doy 80 doy 80 doy 80 doy 80 doy, and then they ad-lib everything else. You got this, DCX. That's right. We're gonna see. So this thing's going up to 30 kilometers. No, it's not, because I forgot to refuel it. So that didn't quite go as planned, chat. Did not quite go as planned. Yeah, I forgot to refuel I forgot the whole refueling thing. Forgot to refuel your rocket guy. Kind of important, all right? Kind of needed. Does this count for the prediction? I mean, I don't know. How close will the next DCX land? I think it does. I think it does. The quote unquote way that everything was written was how close will the next DCX land? And quite frankly, that was the next DCX. Yeah. Hey, there you go, Blurgood. How are you doing? Let's not count it for the prediction. Somebody's grasping at hopes and dreams. Technically, it landed, so it counts definitely. Yeah, exactly. It did land. And it was the next one. You say not to count it. Please don't count. I'm literally the one who put points on Smash. Don't count it. Okay. I'm not the one controlling it. The mod Mad Chat is, so. I think I would count it just because of how it's written. Next DCX vehicle. Technically, it is the next DCX vehicle, chat. You know, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful about that's the problem with gambling, chat. Okay. You never know how it's gonna go. Nothing good comes of gambling. All right, that looks good there. And that looks good there. Put the things down, bring this up. That looks good. Start bringing this down. Now that it's on the ground, right about there. Perfect. Perfect. Excellent. Wonderful. Undock it and drive away. And bring it back up. And bring it back over. So would that count for both Smash and 10 to 100 meters? Yeah, I don't know, Twitching Astronaut. I don't know. right. You put my life savings on Smash, so it has to count. Ah, of course. All right. Let's let's fill it up this time, chat. Yeah, alternate universe, right? All that. Let's go gambling. Let's not. All right. Bringing it back. This thing is now full of fuel, yeah? Good. Yes. Good. Good. Great. Grand. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit the go button. Yeah, I think we're good. Actually, stand by, chat. Don't we need to, you know, close? Is it closed, Mad Chad? Don't we have to close it? Do we have to close it? I still see his ability to, you know, 11 minutes until closing. You gotta close it. Close the prediction. Nobody can just swoop in out of nowhere. I'm asking you to close it. How do I do that? Oh, that's right. I have to do everything right. So prediction close? Is that how that works? Did I do it? Oh. End submissions. Done. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. I hope that did it. Did that do it? Did that do it? I think that did it. Anyways. 11D, I like that number. It's pretty good. Yeah. Looks close to you. Good. Perfect. All right, let's try it again, chat. 1, go. Also, chat, you know, sometimes you would hit the go button on the script, and sometimes this would just steer over, right? Tip over. I don't want to talk about it, but that was on me. I was doing that. There was an error in the code. So don't want to talk about it. That's all. We're going to sweep it under the rug, chat, and never talking about it again. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah. I fixed that. Fixed that problem. Pretty sure. We'll see. I don't want to hear anything from you, Blurgert. I don't want to hear anything from anybody. Okay. It was just an Astra mode. Exactly. Okay. That's what I was proving that our guidance system worked. It was able to correct itself. What are you talking about? Don't need to know. Don't need to know. All you have to do is look back at some of the launches of this vehicle from the last stream and you'll see it. Just avionics installed upside down. Yeah, the MCAS. Ugh, just stop it right now. Okay, so far looking good. And now we coast, chat. Now we coast. Those poor pad tanks getting scorched, yeah. Yeah, do I still have it in the code? I don't remember if I commented it out or if I deleted it. I think I deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it. Essentially, I had, oh no, I did. Here it is. Chat, look at this. Time.sleep 100 divided by clock rate. And the clock rate is 50 hertz. So this was for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds after launch, do nothing. So it basically was the vehicle commanding, you know, some sort of pitch correction and then going into a sleep mode for 2 seconds. That was, yeah, we're just going to delete that. That is never going to be required ever again. So yeah, that gone. That'll do it. Yeah, that will do it. All right, there's our hover mode. And here we go. All right, let's check the outputs here. Drag this out a little bit here, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay. Oh, and a little bit more, I guess. There we go, chat. So we are commanding -40 because we want -250 meters per second, and currently we're going 31. So yeah. That's what we care about right there. All right. So 27 meters per second towards the, no, I'm sorry, away from the pad here. That's why this is our linear distance to the pad. It is getting farther and farther away. We're essentially going like this right now because we are on a ballistic arc. And until we get back into the thicker atmosphere to where we can start generating enough lift, all that lift carrying us forward towards the pad, we have to wait. We have to wait patiently, chat. And Graham coming in with the Twitch Prime subscription. Much love to you, Graham. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. All right, vehicle is stable. Negative 250. We're now going negative 125. That's 130 meters per second towards the pad. Still commanding negative 40 down. Still looking good, though. We're past the point of... All right, we are leveling out now that we're getting into maximum glide. Vehicle's now commanding lower velocities. Vehicle's pitching up to try and lower our velocity. Still might overshoot. That's going to be fine, though, hopefully. I don't know. All right, looking good. We're really trying to slow down. Can't quite slow down enough, though. All right, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. All right, it's trying to glide itself backwards back towards the pad. Engines are on. Looking good. It should... Ooh, that's actually looking really good, chat. A little bit of an overshoot. All right, all right, all right. Tease it, tease it. All right. Ooh, okay, okay. Bringing it back to the pad, chat. Bringing it back to the pad. Burn the flag, I guess, while we're at it. Still got plenty of fuel here. How are we doing, chat? We are commanding negative 4. We are going negative 3. Not bad, not bad. We are 17 meters away from our 0 point. Uh-oh. Is it going to be able to get any closer? Tease it. Come on. This is the problem. It's got to get a little bit closer. Is it going to do it? And get into that landing mode, chat. 9.85 meters, chat. This is painful? Oh my gosh, really? That's painful to you? I mean, I know it was a little slow on the return, but hey, it got there. It got there. And Nova Raptor coming in with a gifted sub to Mad Chad. Thank you very much, Nova. No flag pruning. The flag is still standing. So we're good. But there we go. Just lost your life savings, man. Yeah, everyone in shambles after that. I guess I have to call it, right? Prediction on the Twitch side. Choose outcome within 10 meters. It was definitely within 10 meters. You want a proof, chat? There it is. 9.85 within 10 meters by 0.15 meters. That's hot. Complete prediction. There we go. Yeah, not bad, right? Not bad. So, I mean, there's still... So this is... Okay. This is definitely something that we're going to have to work on. I don't think we can do it with the current state of the autopilot. I think we're going to have to create our own flight controller. But if you guys noticed, as far as I can tell, the pitch and... I'm sorry. Yeah, well, the yaw and the roll are coupled. How is it coupled, you may ask? The autopilot in the KRPC mod that we use to control our vehicle does not have a target yaw angle. It uses a target heading. Heading meaning compass heading. So instead of just being able to say, hey, we're to the left of the pad, give it a little bit of a sideways, motion here, it can't do that as far as I can tell. It's coupled with the yaw and the roll to do a target heading. So I think we're going to have to set up our own flight controller if we want to control yaw itself. So that way, if we're like, say here, we can actually then say, hey, we're to the left of the pad, or to the right of the pad in this case, give it some left yaw. So that way we go this way and translate sideways. So that's why when it came in this way and we basically weren't traveling right over the pad, it kind of had to go past it, stop, try to go this way, stop, and then come back to it because everything is coupled. So I think that's what's going on. And I think that's the solution, which is really getting down in the weeds with control architectures. For now, we're gonna take a breather and we're gonna revert here. And I guess not really revert. let me actually see. Can I do something here? Because I forgot to F5. Can I, oh my god, yes I can. Heck yes I can, chat. not too much. Not too much. Not too much. Okay, just tease it. Just slide it on over, chat. Nope. Too much. There we go. Oh. Now go back a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yes. Good. X marks the spot. Right on the center. Oh, perfect. Oh, not quite. Anyways, we can fill it up again. Don't worry, chat. We got infinite propellant, but not infinite money. All right, let's do this again. Just want to try to center it on the pad so we actually can see something while we're flying back to the pad, exactly what our aim point is. There we go. Perfect. All right, now we can F5 and make sure that we always come back to this point. I think that's doable. F5. Oh, you know what I forgot, chat? The new camera angle. It was so close and I'm being held in anticipation. I know, right? SpaceX is taking note. I don't think so. Yo, we have the hype train completed, level 4. Goodness. Much love to everybody for that. My goodness gracious. Anyways, not bad, chat. Really not bad. Let's go up to 70. Let's go up to 70, shall we? I think that's what this thing is designed to do. We're actually going to aim for 67 because our Euler integrator is a little bit off on our drag prediction or drag estimation. Ooh, Caslo. You know what we could do? Caslo? Depending on how your code is set up, we could actually plot our CD times S from the drag, from the arrow GUI data. This term right here, CD times S, this is our drag area on the vehicle. We could plot that, average it over the entire flight, and then use that to update our Euler integrator. Because right now our Euler integrator, that is used to basically predict our apoapsis, accounting for drag, because the stock game apoapsis does not account for drag. It uses a stagnant, I think, drag coefficient, right? Wait, where do I have that set up? Future velocity term. Oh yeah, Euler step all the way at the top. Yeah, CDA 3.5. That we could actually change to be a better average, because I don't think, unless they updated the API, I don't think we can get this in the game. I think we can only get CDA if we have Ferrum Aerospace. Let me actually check the docs on that real quick, because otherwise that might not even be required. Yo, Mad Chad coming in with the 5 biddies. You got a Kerbalization request. Do I? Mr. Snowman, I am so sorry I missed that. You were right. I saw the meme tags, but not the Kerbalize me. Snowman, tell me how you want your Kerbal cooked, my friend. And by Kerbal cooking, you need to tell me, nope, it's not in cheats, Kerbals create. You need to tell me, male, female, your role, pilot, scientist, engineer, turrets. Turrets are off limits, and your personality and courage, your stupidity and courage levels as a percentage. So give me those things while I take a second here to gander at the KRPC docs and see if we can see what our drag area is, which would be really good. Would it be a good idea to rewrite the landing cycle to calculate current ballistic trajectory and try to use aerodynamics to adjust it towards the target? Should shorten the final hover phase. So we kind of are doing that, Terrace, right? With the PID loops, we are looking to constantly use aerodynamics to fly towards the pad. And that's what we were talking about with like tuning. In the future, I definitely want to use something more robust, like maybe proportional navigation, proportional integral navigation, because that is exactly what you're talking about. But also so does this, but perhaps in like a little bit more robust terminology. Because essentially what proportional navigation does is it accounts for, it actually manages your accelerations versus managing your velocities or managing angles. So that's actually really, really good. That gives you a tighter control over your entire system, which is why missiles are so good at tracking things, because they use that sort of capability. Like the AIM-9X, I think, was one of the pioneers of proportional navigation. Yeah. So that could be something that we implement. And this is essentially just a missile, but without any sort of ordnance, which, you know, ordnance is bad, okay? Give me a male pilot, full courage and full stupidity. You got it, boss. There. Oh, and your name, of course, is going to be Mr. Snowman Kerman. There we go. Snowman Kerman. Mr. Snowman Kerman. Boom. Create. You're in. You're in. All right. Sorry. Looking at the docks. Dry mass thrust. Available thrust. Specific impulse, vacuum, Kerbin. I would be a little surprised if we don't have access to these things that the game already like is tracking. Control engine torque. Ooh. Available engine torque. Gimballed engines can generate. Oh, that's useful. Okay. And control surface torque. Interesting. Oh, I'm glad I looked at the docks again. That could be useful for our flight controller. None of that. Position bounding box. Okay. Rotation, direction. So none of this is aero. Let's go to flight then. G-force, mean, bedrock, elevation, latitude, longitude, velocity, speed, horizontal, vertical, center of mass. Nova coming in with 10. You have one more Kerbalize Me request from Graham. How did I miss those? I am so sorry. Thank you, chat, keeping me on. Graham, let me know how you want your Kerbal cooked as well. How am I missing that? Do I see it over here? I see a meme tax. Oh, I saw the meme tax for Graham, but I missed the Kerbalize Me. I am so sorry, Graham. Let me know how you want your Kerbal cooked. So you said vessel flight drag? Vessel flight. Doesn't that just give me the actual drag force though, which is not exact? Well, maybe. Stand by. Dynamic pressure, static pressure. Lift. We do get drag acting on the vehicle as a vector, which we could then find the magnitude. How do we currently have our Euler integrator set up? We're basically calculating force of drag at every time step. Oh, that's what it is. Yes, we get our current drag force on the vehicle, but that changes over flight, right? Because remember, this is an integrator. So essentially how this works, it's a predictor, essentially, right? It's essentially how this works is if this is Kerbin, then as we take off and get on our ballistic arc, it is constantly at every time step doing a simulation to try and figure out the highest point that it can reach, accounting for drag and of course gravity. But drag is not constant on the vehicle, right? Because drag is going to be equal to 1/2 rho v infinity squared times cv times a, or in this case s, which is your drag area. So just getting our drag at every instantaneous point doesn't help us with this part where we're actually predicting. So that's why we have it set up currently. So yeah, vessel.flight.drag gets us our drag at this point, but we have to have some sort of method to then predict that forward in time, and drag is not constant. So yeah. All right, Isaac, have a good night, my friend. Much love to you. How do you find the current roll and pitch orientation of your craft? I'm facing trouble. So that actually, Jeb, is something that the back end of KRPC does for me. So I actually don't have to do that. But essentially all it is working with reference frames. I don't know what the back end is currently using, but they have these built-in reference frames. It's probably using just the body reference frame of the vehicle. So you have your Y axis pointing forward, your Z axis is basically outside to the right wing, and then Z axis is down, right? So you have X, Y, Z. And so then based on this orientation, you know how much relative to the surface frame, which is basically aligned with the surface of the of Kerbin, how far pitched you are relative to that. So it's just probably a reference frame thing. We will set up grass for these. Why not? Yeah, there is drag coefficient. Is there? Is it in the stock game though? Stand by. That's what I was trying to check. So I was thinking that that was only for like having Ferrum aerospace or something like that. Aerodynamic force, simulate aerodynamic force at the total aerodynamic forces. Wait. So that only gives me the total force. Is there any way we can get just drag out of that? Reynolds C requires Ferrum aerospace. Is it here? Yeah. Requires Ferrum aerospace research to get the drag coefficient. Which is weird because like apparently we have some kind of drag coefficient in the stock game. So I don't know why the API for KRPC can't get this number here that we're seeing in the Aero GUI data of the stock game. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's the problem that I'm kind of having right now is we can get certain things like drag and we can get like the total forces acting on it and simulating the total forces acting on it that we saw somewhere. Simulate aerodynamic force. But that all requires us to know like position, velocity, which we are calculating, but also it only gives us the total aerodynamic forces. And so it doesn't separate drag and lift, which is... Wait, could we get that out actually? Because drag is always going to be opposing motion. So if we take our velocity vector, which we have to give as a tuple, then it's whatever is aligned with that velocity vector, but retrograde should be our drag force. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I'd have to think through that a little bit though. 5% courage, 5% stupidity, male engineer. You got it. Let's do it. All right, so we got Graham, Kerman, male engineer, 5% courage, and 5% stupidity. There you are. Reynolds number is the best number for calculating drag. Actually, that's a good question. I mean, it's not the only way. Is it the best way? I think you can get drag coefficient from that. Yeah, you can use it to calculate the drag coefficient of an object. Interesting. It is indeed, well, it's in A equation, that's for sure. You can replace your drag coefficient with the Reynolds number, yeah. That also, going back to it, I'm pretty sure is, requires Ferrum aerospace, yeah. So even if we were to use the Reynolds number equation, it requires Ferrum aerospace research, which is a mod that I do not use, so yeah. All right, I think I'm all caught up on chat. I think we got the, did I finish making the Kerbal? I did not finish making the Kerbal, right? Or did I? I did not. I did not make the Kerbal. 5%, all right, that looks good. Great, Kerbal created. Graham Kerman, perfect. All right, chat, we're about to send this up to 70 kilometers. Let's go ahead and make that happen. And let's see how it performs. So 67,000. So, you know, the main thing to take away, chat, though, out of all of this, regardless of how this thing landed, was that we were no longer seeing that unstable behavior from the control architectures, right? Like, this thing flew all the way to the pad. Once it got close to the pad, it started requiring less and less velocity, which is great. Love to see that. So now, and that was also for 30 kilometers. So now what we got to do, like if we really wanted to tune this performance for that 30 kilometers, we would probably need to lower this value right here of our distance controller, because it's taking a little bit too long and commanding too high of a velocity for too long. It's taking too long to start commanding lower velocity, and then it's also commanding too high of a velocity for too long. So we would probably want to lower our proportional gain if we wanted to optimize this for 30 kilometers so it doesn't overshoot, right? So let's take it up to the 70 kilometer mark and see how it goes. So we have reverted. All systems are looking nominal. And yeah, let's go ahead and do it, chat. We got there in the end, that's right. Exactly, Graham. May I fly high and never die. Indeed. Yes, it does have C# support and other languages, yeah. Yes, indeed. Python is just one of them. Apparently, it also has Rust support, which I'm really interested in getting into because I use Rust on a daily basis for my work. But I don't think it's like officially supported, but it was like somebody somewhere made a plugin for KRPC that supports it. I don't know, something like that, but it'd be interesting to try that out one day. At the very worst, we could integrate Rust with Python, right? Offset some of the calculations and things we're doing to Rust to make it go faster. Because Rust has capabilities to interface with Python, which is pretty interesting. All right, so now we coast chat a very long way, probably until like 26,000 meters before it shuts down and starts coasting. 27, 28, shut down at 28. Start getting a little bit low of an apoapsis, but that's fine. 69 giggity. So then that means that our target here was too low. Where was that target? Make it 67.5. The most programmer thing ever, you know it, of course. Everything has its own uses, right? Python is great as a high-level language, but then when you really need a lot of calculations, it kind of bogs things down. So then you use something like C or Python, or you can use Rust, which is also very fast. So just, you know, they're all tools in the toolbox, right? All right, coasting up here to around 69 giggity kilometers. Should hold at that point. And then start our pitch over and our descent. Get this controller here and this newer thing here, exactly. Wish you luck. Good luck, Burgert. If you're going down that rabbit hole, absolutely. Looking good, chat. Looking good. Now we wait. Almost there, chat. It's almost there. And stitch it with hopes and prayers, yeah. And hope your interfaces remain correct. Yes. There we go. And targeting the pad. All right, it looks stable. So as you can see, we're commanding that negative 250 meters per second because we use our outer loop controller, which is distance based, to command a velocity, where our secondary or inner loop controller then takes that commanded velocity and turns it into a pitch. We pitch down if we need more velocity, we pitch up if we need less velocity. So that's how this controller is set up right now. That's known as a cascading control architecture. Two PIDs, basically getting the inputs and outputs from each other. We're currently 5.5 kilometers downrange, traveling backwards away from the pad at 29 meters per second. Is it possible to get the coordinates of a different vessel that is at KSC while I'm descending from space like you are? I want to guide a missile to a different craft. Yes, 100%, Jeb. That is absolutely well within the capabilities of the game. Hey, what's up, Super Ham? How are you doing? Programming is a toolbox I avoid as much as possible. Been using it a lot, but I'm done with it, which is why I can appreciate your entire automation effort. Hey, thank you. But yeah, I understand. Yes. I absolutely understand. So let's see, where are we at with our pitch authority? Let's go ahead and, yep, RCS activated. We're going to see some heating effects here momentarily. Vehicle still commanding. We are going towards the pad now, a little bit, increasing velocity very quickly. And it's starting to pitch up, trying to slow down. Trying to manage that velocity a little bit. We're over 250, still pitching up, trying to slow down. Still pitching up, trying to slow down. There we go. We're looking good. Aiming back towards the pad. Leveling off, maximizing our lift. All right, still looking good. Now we're starting to pitch up, trying to regulate our velocity. Coming over the pad. Yep, we're gonna have to tune that a little bit. Oh, it's looking good though. It overshot, but it's looking like it's now commanding again after an overshoot. Pitch down to get towards the pad again. Ooh, that's actually not bad, chat. So it did overshoot, but it's trying to correct for it. Oh my god. It actually turned around and came back to the pad, chat. It's not bad. We gotta try and fix that overshoot though, yeah. Okay, we're in our hover mode. God, we're almost out of fuel. I'm not worried though. You know why I'm not worried, chat? Because I implemented a safety protocol like we said last stream, where if we run out of fuel or we get really low, we immediately go into a touchdown. 42 meters. We can do better. We can do better. Oh man. I restarted my Scratch game, but I'm working on my game menu and it's, oh, that's right. Yeah. If you've been looking in Discord, Blurgert, Space Gravy has been posting, he's making a game that's kind of like, it has some Kerbal elements to it that have been pretty cool to see. I think it needs more authority. What is it set to for pitch? Because it could actually, we could actually give it more pitch up authority to help it slow down more. 40 was the maximum. You know what? Let's give it 60 and see if that's fine. Yeah, let's give it 60 and see without changing that. Otherwise, we'll have to change the either our distance controller to make it a little bit less reactive, or you know, a little bit. Well, we could actually make it even more reactive, right? If we increase KP, it should potentially. We could also add a derivative term as well if we wanted to smooth that out. I don't know. There's different things we could do, right? That's the whole point of tuning the control architecture. Let's first start by just allowing it to increase its pitch higher than 40 degrees so it can really try to stop and slow down. 60 might be better. And let's go ahead and run that back. I F5'd, right, chat? Did I F5? I actually have no idea if I F5'd. You know what? Let me quick save here. Quick save. Quick save. Did I F5? Question mark. Save. And then now hold F9 and see where it loads back in. Cool contingency plan. I know, right? Yeah, we said last stream that we needed that. So where do I have that set here? I have it set in a couple of places just to as a cross check. Yeah, if liquid fuel is less than 0.25, I should say 2.5% of our starting liquid fuel, immediately go into mode 5, which is our constant rate of descent to touchdown. So yeah, implemented that right there. So yes, definitely worked out for the best. All right, let's run it back. Not going to change anything else other than the pitch authority. The Neil Armstrong mode, 100%. Yeah, we'll call it that. I like it. Gotta get rid of the overshoot. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I want to see. I actually thought it had more pitch up authority, right? Because the only way it can slow down is essentially by pitching up and increasing our drag and our backwards pointing lift vector. And And so only being able to pitch up to like 40 here, yeah, I can see how that doesn't really help it slow down too quickly. Maybe 60 degrees is enough to help reduce that overshoot potential. If not, then we'll start messing around with the gains a little bit. Either implement a little bit of a derivative term so that way it starts predicting based on its distance how it might need to reduce that commanded velocity sooner, things of that nature. We'll start messing with those. I don't want to change the vehicle. That's the only thing, Graham. I want to try to get this without changing the vehicle, because then that you change the vehicle and other things happen, right? Like you change your mass, you change your other things, you change its ascent profile, you change how much fuel it uses. Even if it's only a small amount, I want to try to do that last, you know? Try to make the system work as is. Because, I mean, we're there. The overshoot we know we can fix, because in previous tests from a couple streams ago, it was actually undershooting. So it's just a matter of tuning the controller. What is the pitch authority on the air brake? On the air brake? We don't have an air brake. Are you talking about what is this pitch authority? It was only positive and negative 40 degrees. We've now changed that to negative 40 and positive 60 degrees. So an extra 20 degrees pitch up to help increase our drag as we're moving towards the pad. When you land, does it measure from the middle of the pad or from the takeoff location? Takeoff location, Superham. Because theoretically, what I want to be able to do is just like land this thing and then hit the go button and take off again. I guess I could always just, you know, target the pad location and not its takeoff point, but I think I did that a long time ago just to make oh, that's what it was. We did that a long time ago, Superham, because this used to not be very accurate at all, and so sometimes it would be way off the pad and we would want to be like tuning the gains and like implementing other stuff. So for the sake of quick turnarounds where I could just refuel and go, it would then try to target again its takeoff point so we don't change too many other trajectory parameters. But now that it's actually getting accurate, we can probably change that and just target the pad. You know what I mean? That's actually probably a worthwhile thing when we revert here, so that way it always targets the pad location. What are the things on the bottoms? Those are technically control surfaces. They could be used as air brakes, right? Like they could technically be used as air brakes, but yeah, they're just control surfaces. 70.7, nice. I've got almost all of the buildings but 2, which is for career mode. Oh, nice. All right, let's see what that does. Looks good. Get into its roll orientation, and that seems fine. Yeah, maybe. It's actually not a bad idea. Like, if our error between our velocity and target velocity is too high, deploy air brakes. It'd be interesting. I'd have to action group that so we can toggle it. It's very doable. Very doable. All right, flying back, chat. I think this is gonna be pretty good. I like to think this will be better because we'll be able to pitch up faster. And, well, not faster, but pitch up more. What's good is that it seems that our controllers, like I said, are pretty much on point. The only thing we have to do now is tune a little bit because we're overshooting. But that is a very relatively simple problem to fix. Like I said, if this overshoots, then what I think I'll do next is change our distance controller proportional gain. This one right here. Perhaps 12% of our error is too much. It needs to be smaller. We could also add a derivative term to help smooth that out and start to anticipate our downrange distance. Like I said, it's these parameters right here that we just change around to make it money. So is there just not a way to join the Discord? What do you mean? There should be. Stand by. Let me make sure. Yeah, That should do it, yeah. Once the bot responds. Oops, forgot to turn on RCS. Well, that could mess things up, chat. Totally forgot to turn on RCS, but there we go. Ooh, it's trying. Yeah, no, that's on me. But yeah, you got it. Just ask and can be taken care of. All right, well, it changed everything about its trajectory. So let's see what happens. So we're still targeting pretty fast, but we're lower in the atmosphere. So that is certainly interesting. Nope, we're not gonna get close. It's gonna. Ooh, that was too fast, chat. That was too fast. It doesn't have enough control authority at this velocity. Let's run it back. Yep. I messed it up, chat. I forgot to turn on RCS. And now it's going to try to go all the way back. We just dynamically changed the parameters of the last test. Yeah, I guess so. The thing's like, I want to go this way. Bring me back to the pad. This is a great test of our fuel safety margin, of our Neil Armstrong mode. Look, it wants to get back so much. Oh wow, it had way too much velocity. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. Oh no, it was commanding maximum pitch, but it couldn't because it was going 32 meters per second. Yeah, needless to say, that is not how that's supposed to go. We were completely out of nominal ranges, chat. Completely out of the acceptable norm. Anyways, let's run it back. But how do I cancel the roll of my craft? Are you using KRPC, Jeb? Or what do you mean? Yeah, not great, Captain Failure. All right, let's run it back. This time I won't forget to turn on RCS. Isn't it great that I fixed the whole Astra mode problem? Oh, a very fast prediction? All right, chat, if you want it, prediction up in the Twitch channel. All right, let's go ahead and time warp a little bit. It just takes so long, you know? I wonder if I should overclock these engines a little bit. Well, if I do that, I'll have to retune the controller, at least the altitude hold controller. There we go. Yep, looks good. Perfect. I found a fix. Nice. Wait, was it actually the you're in the server? Beautiful. Was it the actual invite that was wrong, Blurger? Because sometimes those invites do become invalid, and I always have to update it. But I'm hoping that that's not the case. No? Okay, cool. Because it has happened before, where the invite has become like a timeout invalid, you know, after so long, so you have to update them. All right, coasting up, chat. So close it at AppWaps. Be fast, people. There you go. Well, I feel like from the last one, chat's in shambles. Twitch chat's in shambles from the last prediction. So, although we got 20K on within 10 meters, I like the confidence there. Awesome. Oh, okay, Blurger, gotcha. All right, looking good. It's in its orientation, and now we watch the pitch indicator. Oh, interesting, Blur. Gotcha. I swear if it's like 9.9, I'm gonna be so mad. Well, I don't know if you were here for it, Super Ham, but we did one of these on the first go around, and it landed at 9.85. So not quite 9.9, but 9.85 meters was how close it got. So it's dive bombing in the intended orientation. 100%, yeah. There you go, Mad Chad. Turn on RCS. I got it. We're watching our pitch indicator right now. But yes, thank you for the reminder. Indeed, I'm watching it. When that pitch indicator starts to climb, that's when we turn it on, and it's starting to climb. Because right now it's able to maintain its altitude just by using the control surfaces, and I think it has like one tiny reaction wheel on board. But as it gets into more aerodynamic forces, we need the RCS. So there we go. RCS on. It's now stable. Looking good. Yep, just making sure. I appreciate it. All right, looking good. We are tracking the pad. Still commanding 250. We're 8 kilometers downrange. Not yet. Moving towards the pad now. Perfect. Looking good. Looking good. All right, pitching up. Maintaining velocity. Trying to regulate. Ooh, look at that, chat. Oh my God, it's doing great. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, it did so good. Okay, back down to pitch attitude. We are in wings level flight, trying to maximize our lift. Still looking good. We're gonna track that, starting to slow down, commanding slow. It's starting to pitch. Wait, why is it doing that? The control. Okay, there it goes. That was kind of weird, actually. I wonder if it was going too fast. I wonder if I do need to command a slower velocity. Or was that too much pitch? Okay, let's tune the distance controller a little bit and have it start slowing down a little bit faster. It's now officially ITAR controlled, yeah. All right, chat, it's gonna try to get back. I don't think it has, I don't think it has the Delta V for it though. Oh, but it's trying. Oh, it's trying, chat. Nope, that's as close as it's gonna get. Oh God, it's gonna tip. It's going too fast. Oh. Oh man, 318 meters. That's how we got 318. We're touching the pad proper though, the pad foundation. All right, let's run it back. Let's tune the gain a little bit. But yeah, that was a little interesting on like it tried to pitch up, but I don't know if the aerodynamics took it or something. Kind of weird. A wee bit weird on that front. Because we do have this target roll set to 0 if we're below 8,000, and we were still in that mode, so that should have been the last part. Okay, just checking. Anyways, let's tune that controller a little bit. Let's go just to 0.1, see what happens. And maybe add a very, very small derivative term in there as well. Very, very small derivative term, just to start. Let's see. Dylan coming in with a 28.8K win payout. Hey, what's up, Andy? How are you? Hey, what's up, Adav? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Adav, I can't remember. Are you the one that's intimately familiar with KRPC? I know there's somebody on either Twitch or YouTube side that has actually been like a contributor or manager of KRPC, the mod that we're using. Was it you? I'm trying to remember. Didn't explode, that counts, yeah. I'm not, unfortunately. Okay, no worries. There's somebody, I can't remember who it was. Because I just have a question about the autopilot in KRPC and how it's implemented. I guess I could just go on GitHub and, you know, scour through the code and see. You do like guidance systems? Nice. Who doesn't? All right, there we go. So what's our target? Target 71 that time. Not bad. Probably because I was fast forwarding too close to it. Yeah, give us some KD indeed. More pitch authority. I'm gonna. Oh, good. We could give him more pitch authority. Let's try to change one thing at a time, though. Oops. Sorry, I had it time warped. Had it timed warp and it was freaking out. There we go. Stable orientation, and we'll time warp back into the atmosphere. Perfect. Exactly, Odev, exactly. Alrighty then. So how do I even use KRPC, like the setup to run the code? So, as far as I am aware, Blurger, at least this is true for the Python side, you should only have to download the KRPC mod for KSP, right? Like the actual downloaded mod for KSP. And then from there, I believe you can follow the docs and the actual KRPC docs. This right here, I'll post it in chat for you. You did? All right, cool. And then I believe you can just follow the C# for installing the library if you're using C#, that is. And I think that's it. I think it's just a matter of that, and you should be up and running. I'm not familiar with the C# side, but for Python, all I did was download KRPC mod, and then the Python package was installed and good to go. All right, looking good. Still commanding 250. Let's see just how far away it starts to stop commanding 250 meters. Oh, sorry, 250 meters per second. We're looking good. RCS is on. We're maintaining our attitude. Trying to regulate our velocity. Looking good. Still commanding 250. We're sitting at 218 meters per second towards the pad. We're in wings level flight, maximizing lift to drag ratio. Still looking good. There it goes. That was at 2 kilometers. See, it's this right here. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like it's trying to pitch up, but I wonder if it's actually too much pitch authority and that the aerodynamics are overtaking it. That's what I'm thinking. I wonder if it's actually too much pitch authority. Because it looks like it's pitching up, right? And then the aerodynamics are taking over, and it's pushing it. It's giving it side slip angle that it can't recover from. Oh. So yeah, I want to bring that down. It was still a little bit fast. Let's bring the derivative term up a little bit now. Let's run it back. Depending on me building a precision return vehicle and testing over private property, similar to Mark Rober Egg Drop collab with BPS. A precision return vehicle and testing over private property. I mean, I think that sounds like an awesome project, so long as it's, I guess, done. When it comes to like amateur rocket projects like that, I definitely don't know all like the regulatory and proper channels you have to go through, but yeah, so long as you're not going to get in trouble for it, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All right, so we updated, we brought that back to hopefully, I think that's what's going on, is it's pitching up to 60, and because it's pitching up so much, it's like getting, the aerodynamics are overtaking its control authority. Let's keep it down to 40, but let's try to tune the controller to help manage its velocity required. We can also potentially just reduce our velocity as well to help it not have to go so fast. But depending on how far away we go, right, away from the pad, it might actually require pretty fast velocity. So anyways, let's do that. We're almost there, chat. We're almost there. And if we can get this, like, I feel pretty confident now that we can just take this code that we have here and put it right into our orbital class rocket and have it work pretty well, I think. Then it'll just be a matter of tuning that rocket's PID controls. So we're pretty much there. Haven't seen you before, but looks sick. What is the controller architecture? Does this try to follow pre-computed trajectory with waypoint guidance back to the pad? So, right now, it's actually just doing a very simple, hey, pitch over 1 degree, I think it is, and just maintain that to get a kind of like an arc trajectory, because this thing could just go straight up, right, and come back. But in order to make sure we get kind of away from the pad so it can have enough room to fly back, we essentially just say, hey, pitch over 1 degree and hold that all the way up. So this thing goes on a ballistic arc all the way up to around 70 to 71 kilometers. And then it uses a cascading control architecture where we have a distance controller giving a output as an input to a velocity controller, which then takes that velocity and commands a pitch. And that's what controls our downrange distance as we track the pad. So basically, we have 3 separate controllers. We have 1 controller for basically always keeping orientation with the pad in terms of the compass heading. And then we have 2 controllers focusing on our pitch to try and basically get back to the pad. So that's the architecture overall as it stands right now. So not waypoints, so to speak, but we're tracking our downrange distance and using that to manage our velocity through pitch, I guess I should say. I think we're trying to tune the controller. Yep, that's right. Just out of curiosity, since it takes 10 to 15 minutes per flight, you can do an algorithmic approach to fine-tune values and such. Does it take 15 minutes per flight? Really? I don't think it takes quite that long. Yeah, there are ways to do analytical solutions to tune PID gains and stuff like that. But in reality, you would do that through like either simulations, or you would try to break down the entire model of your system and linearize that model and then run that through simulations so you can analytically find the solution for your PID gains. But that would essentially require simulations and stuff like that. And this is, KSP is our simulation, right? So we just hit the fly button. But yeah, there are definitely ways we can analytically do this. We would have to model this system though, in some way, shape, or form. Took an undergrad controls course and did some linearized attitude control, but would be awesome to integrate with the trajectory. Yeah, on our orbital class launch vehicles, we do provide an actual open loop trajectory for it to follow. Let's just try and see what happens. Exactly, Captain Failure. 100%. 100%. All right, RCS is on. Yep, confirmed. Perfect. The problem with doing it analytically is that KSP takes shortcuts to make the game actually playable in real time, so I'm concerned about how accurate a third-party simulation would be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, KSP is our simulation, right? Because it already is a simplified world, essentially. We actually, I guess, do have everything. That'd actually be interesting, an interesting rabbit hole to go down some point in the future. We should have everything in the game through KRPC and otherwise to essentially develop like a state space model, a linear model of this system, and yeah, then use that, I guess, to figure out different modern control architectures that we can implement. There's so many ways. There's so many things we could do, chat. All right, looking good. 250, still on the mark. We are 3 kilometers downrange. I would really like to start seeing it's requiring it to slow down now. There it goes. That's at 2,500 meters, pitching all the way up. See, I don't know why it does that. That's so weird to me. There we go. It's definitely better, but it's definitely, ah, God, we gotta slow down much faster, chat. Yeah, we gotta slow down much faster. Okay, well, that's good to know. You did good on that turnaround, though. So is that a derivative problem, or does the PID gain just need to be lower? Probably a little bit of both, honestly. Let's try cutting that in half for the next flight. Because what's good is the velocity controller is on point. The velocity controller is doing what it needs to do. It's managing our velocity pretty well, actually. Yep, there's our landing mode. And touchdown. So pretty good. 110 that time. So yeah, we're getting better, but yeah, let's cut it in half and see what that gives us. Yeah, like I said, it really is just a tuning problem. That's really all it is. Imagine being in a vehicle and it moving like that. Yeah, I wish I knew what it was doing at this point as to why when we want to go and pitch up, it's I don't know if that's aerodynamics or if that's the KRPC autopilot being weird, because we lowered the attitude, the maximum attitude, the maximum pitch up. We lowered that back down, but it's still having issues. So it's either going too fast and trying to pitch up too much, or the autopilot's being weird. Not sure, but yeah, if we can cut that down and be a little bit more mindful of how fast we're going, then I think that'll be just better overall. Yeah, we could do that. That's actually what we had before Sea Kraken. So before we kind of went down this rabbit hole, I have this version here, the simple test copy, simple test, right? And here, before we started looking at doing the cascading controller, where is it? We had this right here, which we set up, we essentially defined our horizontal velocity as a exponential function, to where as we got closer to the pad, it would exponentially change our desired horizontal velocity, right? So we did do this, but the whole point of changing to the control architecture here using cascading controllers is we don't have to do that, because now we have a PID loop doing that for us. And that's essentially what's happening. Like I said, it's just a matter of tuning the gains, right? 250 just seems arbitrary. Oh, it 100% is, yeah. It is arbitrary. We set that just because we knew we had to get back to the pad kind of quickly, but maybe it's too quickly, right? Maybe the next one, depending on how this goes, is changing that to be 200. Where would I start if I want to learn all this GNC stuff? Definitely start with like linear controls, PIDs. In real life, PIDs dominate most systems. You can always use a PID for a lot of things anyways. Otherwise, I mean, there's tons of references out there. I think MIT has a great online course for all of these control systems, at least to like get you started, and then as you figure out things that you want to learn from there, you can branch out. Tired of Power World? Understandable. Could the 250 value be a function? Yes, it could. Yes, it most certainly could. But if you think about it, right, like what we're doing here is we have our function basically defined as a PID controller. So this right here, this distance controller is taking our downrange distance to the pad and saying, hey, based on this current downrange distance, here's how fast I think we should go. Which is exactly what you're saying. You're saying, hey, instead of having a PID loop, just have a function that says, hey, we're this far away from the pad, have it go this fast. So we already are kind of doing that. Instead of just using an exact equation, we're using a PID loop to track those values, right? So like I said, we should be able to just tune this controller and then get that functionality. But it's tuning this controller, just like it would be tuning that equation, right? Because the equation that we were using here was 100 times 1 minus a arbitrary distance to the pad again, to try and figure out what would be a good value to have so we actually make it back. So no matter what, we have to tune whatever it is we're going to end up using, right? Tuning hell, yeah. Even if we were using an equation, it would be tuning hell to try and figure out, okay, what would be our maximum velocity we would want to have, and when should we start slowing down, at what distance? Same thing here, yeah. You can't send links. You can in Discord if you want to join Discord. You might be able to. You might be able to, depending on what the link is. I have to figure out the bot again, because I have bot set up for Twitch, and I also have the bot now in YouTube. But it's a little bit different. It's actually like two separate bots, even though they're using the same endpoint or whatever you want to call it. It's called Guidance Fundamentals. It's available on YouTube. There you go. Awesome. It was a YouTube playlist. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, for like getting into controls, I feel like there's infinite amount of resources to start getting into it, and then as you get into it, you can start branching out into like more specific niches. Like if you want to learn modern controls, which is all about state space modeling, or optimal control, or nonlinear control, model predictive control. Like there's all sorts of different paths once you kind of get the foundation, you know? Lots and lots of things. Yeah. And if you want to learn all of this relative to actual spacecraft, I have a number of references for that as well. Yeah. All right, looking good. Let's see where we are. So still 250, but we're also really far away from the pad. Look at this. We're 10 kilometers away, so still want to be heading to the pad pretty quickly. But let's see as it starts getting up there if we start slowing down. Okay, looking good. Oh, look at that. Really trying to track that. That's looking great. Yep, looking good. Still 250. I would love to start seeing this start to... Oh, there we go. That's looking great. Let's now start to slow down at 3 kilometers instead of 2. Oh, that's actually looking really good for us. Still slowing down, pitched up fully to try and slow down even more. Yeah, we actually might need it to start pitching up more now, because it's not able to slow down, chat. So yeah, as you were saying, we actually might have to either have it slow down faster more, increase its pitch, do something along those lines. That actually looked really good on the commanded velocities there. So yeah, maybe more pitch would be good now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if we could just cut back on that overshoot, we'll be golden. Why was it so much farther now? Because we were lifting. We were lofting, essentially. It's because we stayed higher. Because we were pitching up so much earlier. Going a lot faster, too. Oh, there. Easy, DCX. Ah, no! Of course. 143. Okay. So that looked good. Let's give it a little bit more pitch up like we had before, and let's see if that works. Let's see if it remains stable. But yeah, I think it did go further down range because, again, we were pitching up, and when you pitch up, you create more lift, which carries you farther down range. Even though we were trying to use it to slow us down, and we were slowing down, it was taking us further down range faster than it was slowing us down. So, but that was so much better on the commanded velocities. Yeah, I think that was super good. Yeah, I like these right here. Let's keep that for a second, and let's give it a more pitch up to see if it can actually like slow down faster. Because essentially what we wanted to do, right, is stall, right? This thing doesn't generate a lot of lift through wings, so it's all body lift, and body lift creates a lot more drag than it does lift. So if we can basically null out that lift that it does generate and start using that to really start slowing us down, I think we're going to be on point. You like South Park? Good one. Definitely has its funny moments. No Kerbals on board? Not yet. We got to get it repeatable. That way it's reliable. All right, Cram. Have a good night, my friend. Have a good night. Have a good night. We're almost there. That was really, really good. We almost stopped the overshoot. And now it's just a matter of helping it stop. Like you mentioned, Graham, we might actually want to implement using these control surfaces as speed brakes, potentially. Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe it can be something simple, like if our target pitch angle is greater than 30 degrees up or something like that, then deploy. Or maybe if it's greater than 0, deploy these, right? Because if it's 0 or above, this means that this vehicle is trying to slow down. So that actually should be pretty easy. Yeah. While this is just coasting for a second. Let me see. Can we do control surfaces dot deploy like all control? I think we can, right? I want parts. Control surface. We can do deployed. Okay. So we can do part.control surface. We did that for the RCS, didn't we? Where do I do that for the RCS? Not that one. For thruster in vessel.parts.rcs. Yes. So that's what I think I want to do. Do we have the part state deployable? Is there one for all parts for that? Parts all. There we go. A list of all the vessel parts, or we can just do parts. With name, we could do with name. Ah, there we go. Control surfaces. So we could do parts.controlsurfaces.deploy equal to true whenever it's greater than 0 degrees, and if it's less than, I think that could work. That would be interesting. Yeah, okay. Woodland Critter Christmas, yeah. Classic. Did you set a maximum lateral speed during the landing portion so that you know it can null out during the Armstrong mode as necessary? It should already be doing that, Mad Chad. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, it should already be doing that. Tags work decently. Yeah, we do use tags. I don't think I've ever used name. I don't think I've ever used name. We have used the tags though for like control points and stuff like that. Yeah. But the I think the parts plural dot control surface, getting all of them. So we could literally say, like we did in RCS here, for surface in vessel dot parts dot control surfaces. Deploy equals true, right? Something like that. Something like that. In my eye. And then whenever its desired pitch or its targeted pitch angle is greater than 0, deploy. If not, retract. So that way, if it's ever trying to slow down, remember pitch up means it's trying to slow down, then it should deploy to try and slow down. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good. I wonder if I can real quick test that here. If I go here, I could do it on brakes too. I could actually action group them on brakes and have it just hit the action group instead of having to find all of them. That would actually be better. So toggle deploy, toggle deploy, toggle deploy, and toggle deploy. Yeah, that would be better. Have it action grouped. Wait, what? Okay. Okay, that looks good. So yeah, now I'm going to be looking at my pitch indicator over here, and I'm going to do a test run, kind of manually controlling it. So whenever the vehicle goes above a desired pitch of 0, I'm going to deploy the air brakes. Which is now. Okay, it's back down. Back down to full pitch. Trying to slow down again. It's really trying to pitch up now. Yeah, having that extra 60 might have been too much. Yeah, it's going to undershoot now. It's going to undershoot now because of the increased pitch authority. Funny, huh? I like watching this thing just walk towards the pad. I find that very funny. Wow, this thing actually has a lot more fuel than it did previously. Okay, enter landing mode. All right, a little bit of an undershoot, but that's because we now have positive 60 as our maximum. So I'm wondering if I bring that down to 40 again and implement the controller, that could actually be really interesting. That could be really interesting, chat. Okay, stand by. We have some things to do here. Let's back this up. What would you name, in current iteration, what would you name mode 3? Vertical descent. or like vertical track or something like that, because it goes from belly flop horizontal flight into the vertical flight, right? So like something like that, vertical transition. Yeah, probably like vertical track or something like that. All right, so that is the midpoint. That looks good. So if we go to F12 and we go to cheats and we go to set orbits, no, I'm sorry, set position, these can be what we track now. So let's go up here. Unless I'm already doing this. Nope, target, lat, longitude, flight. Okay, so target latitude is going to be equal to this. Target longitude is going to be equal to this. Cool. Probably don't need all of that, those significant figures, but anyways. Now we do landing site set lat long. That looks good there. And then yes, because what I want to do is just fly that again now that we have the action groups set, and I want to test out the automated deploy sequence on those control surfaces. What was the max G load during the flight? Well, let's see. Max G load 6.2. A little high, but 6.2. All right, so that looks good. Control surfaces are still fully good. Okay, so now it's going to try and get back to the pad, but what I want to do is save it as is so we don't have to keep resetting the brakes every time. So I'm going to F5 from here because it will get back. Yeah, let's go ahead and F5. Make sure that's topped off because I saw the RCS was still on. That seems good. Okay, good. And then let's change this. So now that it's on brake. So is it vessel? What is it called? Vessel? Is it just vessel? Nope, not vessel. Is it control? Aha, brake. The state of the wheel brakes. Oh, but is that the same for the action group? It's got to be the same for the action group, right? State of the abort action group, get action group, that's 0 through 9, set action group 0 through 9, toggle action group 0 through 9. It's got to be the same. I think it's the same. Yeah, I think it's the same. So let's go back to brake. So if we just have it set to the brake action group, the state of the wheel brakes can be read or written. Bool flight, okay. It's a Boolean. So in mode 2 here, let's just do, actually, no, not here. We'll do it here, distance to pad. No, pitch input. I want to do it based on pitch input. So if pitch input is greater than 0, then I want to do, what did it say? Vessel dot brake equals true. Is that right? Is that what I saw? Vessel dot brakes. Because we're just in the vessel. No, vessel.control dot brakes. Got it. There we go. Else vessel.control.brakes equals false. Well, let's see if that works, chat. Like I said, I'm just going to run it back right here. Now it's going to track the center point of the pad regardless of where we take off from. It should be fully fueled, ready to roll, and let's do it. I think that I like that. I like the ability to be able to do that with this vehicle. So passengers might snap their neck? Nah, they're good. Apollo saw way more G's than that. Will we see the orbital rendezvous of Starship this summer? I hope so. That'd be pretty sick. It's easier to coast and maintain. I agree, Terrace. I 100% agree with that, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and start time warping. We're almost there, chat. And once this is there, then we can just, I think, we'll have to tune the other thing as well, but we'll pretty much be just copy and paste over into our landing code for our orbital class vehicle, and there you go. That would be pretty great. Okay, almost up to Apo. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, because they're opposite or something? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, can I just do it this way? Will that invert it? Where whenever it goes above, it'll deploy it again? I hope so anyways, chat. Because it says, if pitch up input is greater than 40, and it's definitely less than 40 right now. Brakes equal true, else false. So we'll see. We'll see if switching that should be okay now. Yeah, exactly, Matt Chat. It had to be it. It had to be it. Okay, looking good. So we'll see. Still negative. It'll be negative for a little while, I think, until we get above 150 or so. Hey, look at that, chat. It works. How about that? Okay. Nice. That worked like a charm. Okay. Air brakes deployed. Trying to slow down. It is slowing down. Not fast enough though, still. Maybe we still need it to go up to 60, huh? Look at that, it's now just coasting upwards. We're still 300 meters from the pad, 200, 100. Okay, we're past it. It is coming back though. Let's give it a little boost, huh? All right, well, I guess that sold it, chat. So even with the air brakes, it's going to be too much for it. Damn, I was really hoping that would be it. Okay. Okay. All right. Not bad. Let's just refuel and go again, chat. That's the brilliant thing of this vehicle. For increased determinism, that would certainly help, absolutely. I mean, we're so close. It's just a matter of keeping it from undershooting or overshooting too much. So now having those air brakes deploy coupled with the 60-degree pitch, I'm wondering if that's going to help things out. Because I didn't think about this before, but now that we have those control surfaces able to deploy, that will actually help possibly stabilize the vehicle, because we're going to be adding drag towards the back instead of the front. Because I saw it happen a little bit there, but as it was pitching up, even though we got some slide slip, it didn't seem like it was as much as before. I'm wondering if having those air brakes still deploy will help stabilize the vehicle on its return flight, which means that we can now actually achieve a 60-degree pitch and keep stable, because that'd be pretty on point. That would be pretty good. Okay, there we go. Back into the atmosphere, and we chill. God, we're so close, chat. We're so close. Oh, it's so frustrating. Because if this is still going to be a little bit too much, then we just have to decrease the proportional probably a little bit, or increase our derivative term a little bit, just so that way we reduce the overshoot if it still overshoots. I don't think it will, though. I think the 60-degree pitch up will really help tune this out, so long as the vehicle can stay stable. See, that's the thing. We're juggling, can this vehicle stay stable with more and more pitch up attitude? Or do we have to help it basically coast at slower velocities sooner, because it can't maintain a higher pitch up to try and slow down? All the different things. Unfortunately, it was all overcast here. Was not able to. Isn't it also supposed to be tonight as well? Nice, John. That's cool. I think it's also supposed to be tonight as well. Isn't it actually peaking tonight? 13th through the 14th, something like that? Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Oh yeah, the drones happening. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah, snowing, so no snars. No snars, yeah. Good English, Rocket guy. Okay, pitching up. Ooh, very nice. That's looking really clean. Commanding pitch down. All right, starting to slow down again. Oh, see, it's actually able to maintain that attitude. That could be really good for us, chat. It's getting a little squirrely in the roll. But able, oh dear, chat, this is looking decent. And look at this, the horizontal velocity controller is tracking very nicely. We're only a couple meters per second off. Looks like it's still gonna, it actually looks like it might undershoot now. But only by a little bit. That is better. Oh, that's so much better. But like I said, adding the higher pitch now means that we're changing what the gains probably need to be on the controller. So we probably do need a little bit more of an aggressive approach because it just slows down too much too early. But it is, I mean, it's able to walk itself over to the pad, so that's good. All right, enter landing mode. And there we go, touchdown. 100 meters. We're within 100. We're at 100 meters. So that was good. Now that we know that it can handle 60 degrees pitch, and that's actually slowing it down a lot in comparison to 40 degrees pitch, coupled with the speed brakes helping keep it stable, I increased the distance controller a little bit. Let's see just what this does for it, and let's fly it back again. Oops, wait, so I almost forgot to refuel. That was super clean. That was looking money. It just slowed down. It commanded too slow of a velocity at the very end there to get it all the way back. All this for a simple circle. Yeah. Nice expansion. But why? We got too involved. We got so excited thinking whether or not we could that we didn't stop to think whether or not we should. What's up, Burbanting? How are you? Beautifully snowy dusted now. Yeah, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, Chad, I'm feeling it. I increased our gain a little bit on the distance, not changing anything else. So hopefully now it'll maintain a little bit more of an aggressive approach, which is kind of what we need now, because it's able to slow itself down faster. We'll see. And what is that of, Sea Kraken? All right, let's go ahead and coast. Shut down. Perfect. Coast again. 71, looking good. Okay. And that was a weird weird orientation it took. Anyways, back into the atmosphere. Hey, what's up, Obama? How are you doing? Yep, that sounds pretty good. And Elb, how are you doing as well? Hope you're doing well. All right, looking good. Looking good, chat. We'll see. We'll see how close this one can get. Let me check one thing real quick. RCS, that looks fine. Add distance. Where do I have that update? So pitch here. So it is working, right? Because I didn't have to reset it again. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. So it's looking good. We're tracking the pad. We are currently 7 kilometers downrange, and we're increasing our downrange distance. Still traveling backwards, so to speak. Watching our pitch indicator for when we need to turn on RCS. Starting to happen. We'll go ahead and do it. All right, keep an eye on that pitch. That's what we're in the mood for here, as well as our distance and velocity. So we're still actually traveling backwards away from the pad. We don't have enough lift generated to actually start moving forward. So that's why we're still pitched down so much, but we're looking good. Okay, we're really starting to pick up speed towards the pad now. Looking good. Should start pitching up here. Deploying air brake. Good. Nice. That looks really clean. And we're able to actually regulate our velocity even better than before. That's money. Yeah, the combination of the air brakes with the added pitch, I think, is really good for us. It's helped the speed brakes essentially act as stabilizers when they deploy, because they add so much drag in the back. All right, we're 2 kilometers. We're pitched all the way up. Really trying to slow down now. Not bad. Still commanding good velocities here. We're only going to be slightly short again, though. Slightly short again. A little bit higher of a gain, I think. That is certainly closer, though. And the closer that we get, the easier it is for it to handle the last little bit. Look at this. It's gonna coast all the way over to the pad, chat. And enter landing mode, because we're almost out of fuel. All right. That time, 44. We're getting closer, chat. We're now finally getting closer. So let's bring this all the way back up to 1, shall we? 1 should make it a wee bit more aggressive still, since we can regulate our velocity so much better. Let's fuel it back up, send it again. The power of reuse. Getting close to moving to Big Rocket? Yeah, as soon as I can get it relatively on point, because I think what we should be able to do is use these same gains and controllers right in with our orbital class rocket and have it work. I mean, we'll have to tune it a little bit, but I think we'll be good. I know, right, Caslow? It's pretty on point. We're getting there. We're so close. We're so close. So yeah, now we add it. That's funny because we actually had 1.2 here before. I'm wondering if we're going to be going back to 1.12. Sorry, not 1.2, 0.12. This might be the last flight. If we can get it within, I don't know, say, I'd be happy if we can get it within 20, because then that means it should be able to just coast right in, you know, walk itself to within 10 meters and then land. That'd be really good. And if we can do that twice, then I'm moving on. Then I'm moving on, chat. Yeah, because like I said, I think we can take these same controllers here and basically put them into our orbital class vehicle and have them work, I think. Because really all we are looking for is that downrange distance control. That should essentially be able to carry over pretty well. Coasting all the way up here. And there we go. Perfect. If it works, we gotta test it with a 2.5 degree ascent. What is it actually set currently? Because we get 10 kilometers away. It's up here somewhere. So it's 3 degrees. Right now it's 3 degrees. Funny enough. Yeah, 3 degrees. Gets us 10 kilometers downrange. What have we learned? We've pretty much narrowed it down to now just tuning the distance controller, and it should be on point. Horizontal velocity controller, tracking beautifully. We now know that the vehicle can remain stable with deployed air brakes at upwards of 60 degrees pitch up angle, which can really help regulate our velocity. So now it's just making sure that we have enough distance gain to make sure we have a more aggressive approach so we don't slow down too early. But also make sure we don't have too aggressive of a distance controller gain to where we're blowing past it and overshooting its downrange distance. So it's all just tuning that one controller now, and I think we're there. 5 degrees, we could test that. That'd be interesting. I don't know how well it would perform, depending on how far it goes away, but worth a try. Because remember, the great thing about PIDs is that they're fairly simple, right? But also the horrible thing about PIDs is that they're simple. Because they can't really handle changes to the dynamics of the system, right? Like, we have tuned this controller to work well, going up to 70 at a 87 degree pitch angle, getting, upwards of 10 to 12 kilometers downrange and getting back to the pad. We change that too much, then the controller tuning parameters are no longer valid, so to speak. Within margin, within reason, right? All right, we're looking good. We're at 200 meters per second towards the pad. Going into wings level. Looking good. Looking pretty darn good. Should start pitching up here. There it goes. See? Oh, nope. It actually was able to maintain itself there. That's good. Really trying to slow down. That may have been too much, chat. I don't know. Oh, maybe not. That's really looking pretty stellar. A very slight overshoot. Very slight overshoot, chat. As it wants to get back towards the pad now. See if it has enough delta V to get over there. Probably not. See, this is the thing. The coupled heading roll control is killing me right now. Like, if I could just say, hey, input yaw to go left, that'd be great, but unfortunately can't do that yet. 75, we're within 100 meters, so that seemed to be just a slightly too aggressive, but also not bad at all. Where am I going, chat? I think that's pretty good. I'm actually really pretty happy with that. We were going, so that was 1, so 0.9 would probably do it. 60 degrees pitch up is pretty good. It's able to maintain its relative stability with those deployed fins. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. Run it back last time, and then we're going orbital. Then we're going orbital class rocket. I think that'll be good. 1.1? You think higher gain? I was thinking smaller, so that way it's a little bit less aggressive, right? Because a higher gain will cause it to have more overshoot, typically. It means it can respond faster, though. We could also increase our derivative controller to help reduce that overshoot as well, help it anticipate. Yeah, all right, Uber neighbor, have a good night, my friend. Have a good night. gosh, we're so close here, chat. So close. But yeah, I think regardless of whatever happens here, so long as it's not like an egregious thing, I'm gonna switch to orbital. I want to see where our current orbital vehicle stands. I don't even know where its code stands actually, because we were working in test.py, in test guidance here, I think, right? No, not test guidance. Up here. Yeah, we gotta change all this. So we need to figure out slam controller. We need to figure out our distance controller. I'll probably run it as is just to see what's up. Also, let's do velocity form equals false on both of these, because this is our old way of doing things before changing things over to the new way of doing things. So we'll keep the old version first. And yeah, we'll go from there and see what happens, chat. Very optimistic. How successful will the orbital land? Land within 100 meters, land outside of 100 meters, or smash? Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I think the telltale sign, chat, is whether or not this thing is going to be able to maintain stability on its pitch up, right? Because that seems to be the big varying factor here. If it starts to go too big of a side slip and it carries it away from the pad, then it's going to have troubles, right? It's probably going to overshoot because it's going to have to start turning and all that sort of other stuff. But if it can remain stable, for the most part, then I think we'll be sitting pretty. Yeah, Kazla, I can do that, sure. All right, coasting up here. Get your predictions in on the Twitch side, if you're going to, because we're probably going to shut it down on the return here. We're getting there, chat. Just a little bit more tweaking and we're there. All right. Wow, this one actually went a little bit high. That's interdasting. I don't know. It's funny sometimes the rotation angle, the rotation axis it chooses. Anyways, now we return back into the atmosphere. Oh, well, let's see what happens, shall we? How long have you been working on this vehicle? A couple months. This is our flight test demonstrator, Vargan. You know, it's a suborbital vehicle that's almost like what SpaceX had for their Grasshopper in the early days. Something just to test out the code for. Yeah, we've been working through it. Developed a lot of code for a lot of different things. All right, looking good, looking good. Yeah, 11 days. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, the title, the stream title, 11 days. Indeed. All right, still looking good. 7 kilometers downrange, still maximum pitch required. All fine and dandy. Turn on RCS. Will it lead to a larger vehicle then? You know it. Actually, that's what I was saying earlier, maybe before you came in. After this test, unless something just goes completely screwy, we're going to our orbital class rocket. And we're going to take the lessons learned from this vehicle and put it to that. All right, pitching up. Speed brake deployed, pitching way up, trying to regulate velocity. It's looking great. That horizontal velocity controller is looking really good. It might be able to use a little bit of tuning, but for the most part, it's almost on point. All right. 3 kilometers downrange. Still going almost 200 meters per second. We should really try to start slowing down now. It's not. Wait, why? What'd I change? Not. What the heck? Speaking of, unless something horribly goes wrong, we didn't change anything. Did I accidentally delete something I shouldn't have? The answer is yes, chat. The answer is always yes. Look what I did. 0.9. It should be 0.09. We were an order of magnitude too large, and it shows. Silly, stupid mistakes, chat. And now look at it. It's trying to walk itself all the way back to the pad. It's like, get me home. But it's going to run out of fuel, so it's going to enter touchdown mode here. There it goes. It's going way too fast, chat. Oh, no. Oh, okay, well, it survived. It had way too much horizontal velocity for it to stop. All right, okay, let's bring it back. Bring it back, yeah? Capsule strapped to a booster. Hey. Don't put that behind. I'm happy with any sort of automated stuff that you can do. The program, because no, yeah, indeed. All right, let's so do I still have all of my action groups still? Yep, action groups are set. Are we fully fueled? We are fully fueled. Okay, let's run it back. We now have the correct 0.9, or sorry, 0.09, not 0.9 on the gain there. So let's not be an order of magnitude off on that, and let's try that again, chat. More time for people to predict. Yeah, I guess so. Do they need to be reversed? Yeah, I'll check that. We'll be able to see that, I think. Oh, yeah. That should be off, right? Yeah. Good call. There we go. All right, coast on that. A helicopter catch. Ooh, all right. Yeah, let's start flying before we can even crawl. Quite literally, that would be like not even sprinting before we can crawl. That would be, I don't know what, that'd be like flying an airplane before we even know how to like crawl. It'd be like flying a helicopter to catch a rocket before we even know how to walk. Exactly what that would be. It's cool how one change in code can affect it that much. I know, right? That's control systems. Gotta have the right parameters, otherwise it don't work. Pesky decimal points. It ain't that the truth, man. All right, coasting up. What'd it get to this time? 70.5. Okay. Once it gets up to 70.5, it should enter a brief altitude hold, pitch over, get into its belly flop. And there we go. Cool. And we're good. I guess we should cut the prediction off on the Twitch sign. Probably should close that, right? Do I need to do that, Mad Chan? And the control surfaces look good. Oh, it's for orbital. How successful will the orbital rocket be? I see. Gotcha. Cool. Yep, sounds good. I thought it was for this one. All right, then in that case, I can probably do that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna watch our pitch indicator here. Once it starts creeping up towards its pitch authority, we'll turn on our RCS. We're still really not even in the atmosphere yet. We're 11 kilometers downrange. Go ahead and turn on RCS. I want to slow that transition to descent. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's only 3 Gs endured. It's not bad. Yeah, I should actually check that just to see, out of curiosity, how many Gs will the Kerbals have to endure for this vehicle. Because it's definitely high, but it's on the re-entry though, right? Because of the belly flop. It's not so much the transition to landing mode. That's the max right there, 6 Gs. That's because it's belly flopping, you know? Oops. I was able to stay pretty stable there, which is nice. I'm kind of worried this thing went too far downrange. This thing went much farther downrange than before. I don't know if we're getting back. It went so far downrange this time for some reason. Yeah, we're not getting back, chat. Just saying. I wonder what made it go so far downrange this time. I don't know if that was just KSP being KSP or what. Because literally we've flown this thing how many times tonight, chat? And it's always stayed within like 9 kilometers. And we're going to be like a couple kilometers short, so. Fiddling with the control surfaces? Why? We did that before it launched. Right? Surprisingly, it's going to get back pretty close. I can just keep it up. I mean, from going 2 kilometers short to 363 meters away from the center of the pad. I mean, that's kind of funny. You think it was changing that? Time stepping? Time stepping is only for the well, yeah, but that's... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been time warping so many times tonight, and we haven't ever had this problem. And I don't know what the control surfaces would have to do with anything. Because they should have just been... We did that before the ground. We're leaving the ground. And we're not far enough away from the center of the pad to make a difference. So yeah, I have no idea. DCX doesn't want you to leave. Clearly. Yeah, the only other time stepping thing, I always cut time warp before that becomes an issue. It's typically for the maximum altitude estimation. I mean, it seems good. If I wanted to, I could do something like this. Up at stay closer to the pad for a second. But yeah, I don't know what the heck would have caused that. I really don't. The drag from extending the air brakes? I don't know, I just feel like we've launched this thing so many times, and we tested multiple flights not too long ago with the air brakes, and it was able to get back to at least here, you know? So, I don't know, it was weird. You did that during ascent, did I? I could have sworn I did it on the ground. Okay, well, maybe. Maybe. Anyways, let's time warp again and see what happens. And again, I'm gonna stop time warp before the estimator has a problem. There's shutdown, and we time warp again. 1 kilometer up. Interesting. Okay, maybe that was it. Are you talking about C? That I'm not certain of, Burgert. I have not messed with that. Yeah, C sharp. I have not messed with that. I'm not sure. It's not working? Interesting. Have you looked at the docs? I mean, probably, but I don't know. It's almost like the... Have you turned it on and turned it off? Okay. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. So right now we are 5.6 kilometers downrange. We'll see where we are once we get back on the ground here. Six and a half kilometers downrange and still opening. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way at this velocity that we're going to be able to get back to 11 kilometers. I have no idea what just happened, chat. I have no idea what happened to that trajectory. Because at some point here soon, we're going to be getting into some aerodynamics and we're going to stop moving backwards. Right now we're at 7.3 kilometers. Like, there's no way we're getting to 11 kilometers downrange. I guess it was the control surfaces, but I don't know how. If I did it at 1 kilometer up, I didn't notice anything that the vehicle was doing that was outside normal operating ranges, I guess. All right, we're at 8.2 kilometers, and we're starting to move towards the pad now. Yeah, 8.6 kilometers is going to be the maximum downrange that we're going to see here. So, yeah, no idea, chat. No idea what happened. Now we're at 8 kilometers and closing. Regulating our velocity very well. Nice. Maximizing lift and drag. Still maxing out 250 meters per second. Okay, now it's starting to slow down. Commanding it slow. Pitching up maximum 60. Not bad. Not bad. Doesn't look like we're gonna quite make it back though, but we're gonna be really close here, especially on the using our aerodynamics going this way. Yeah, again at this point it's just tuning if we want it to be even closer, but I feel like this is close enough that it can consistently get back to the pad pretty much. We're within 100 meters. We're within 70 meters. We're within 50 meters. All right, landing mode, 26 meters. And 26 meters. Yeah, 26 meters to the pad. Pretty happy with that, chat. So, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna recover this vessel. We're going to put it... we're gonna recover the truck as well that's out there, and we're gonna go orbital. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see what carries over from that. And I'm wondering if potentially adding just a teeny amount of integral, because that was the whole point, right? Was the integral action we saw was just blowing everything up, causing it to completely not be able to track the pad because the error was just exploding. We had that wind up the integral wind-up problem. If we were just to launch our Minerva to reusable flight ready and get our code up and running, which is going to be Minerva to reusable code. All right. And before I launch this, chat, on the Twitch side, because it's now going on the 3rd hour and we skipped the last little bit, I am going to run another quick ad break. If you're new to the stream, I do run ads manually, mainly just to actually did not mean to close it, but anyways, mainly just to get rid of all the pre-roll and mid-roll injected ads. So I'll see you guys back here in just a few, and then we'll launch it. We'll launch it when you guys are back. All right, that's running. We'll reload KSP. No, stop at KSP. Come on now. You can do it. There we go. So it should be good. So looking back at it, this code, we're going to try the old code first. The old code was under test, and it was this right here. So again, we're basically tracking that pad, LZ1, landing zone 1. We could get Kerbal Construct out first as well and actually set up a new pad. That might actually be better to go ahead and do for like the longer term anyways. Maybe we'll do that first. So that way we have a new pad to track. And then from there, so these are our old gains. Notice again, 0.025 was what we had previously, which is pretty interesting for our distance and horizontal velocity controllers. Yeah, like I said, we'll fly this as is for the moment and just see where that gets us. 700 something patches launching RSS. I have 138,000. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Kraz? How are you? Or Crazy Adam, sorry. Yeah, Crazy Adam, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yep, my measly 700 patches. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do first, is we'll set up a new landing zone. Because I should somehow be able to do that. Nope, not through there. Don't I have to get like Kerbals out or something? Let me fly the DCX transport and see what happens. Because I think I have to get the Kerbals out, right? And I have to be in like IVA mode. Or not IVA mode, but I have to be controlling the Kerbal, and that's how I do it. Something like that. I have to be out in the world. Out in the world. Venus glider just fell below 36 kilometers and then it got melted and crushed by Venus's atmosphere. That sounds accurate. Or, you know, that sounds plausible, yeah. Sorry to hear that. All right, so we're gonna fly this. We're going to drive this over to the other side here. There we go, looking good. And everyone from the Twitch side, welcome back. The only thing that you missed, which wasn't anything, was I reloaded the game. Now flying or controlling Thomas Kerman in the truck here over to the pad, because I think what I want to do is before we get to the orbital class stuff, we are going to first set up a quick landing zone, which is essentially just going to be that pad right there. Another one, but set up over here. I think that'll be good for all future stuff as well. Classic Venus behavior, 100%. So yeah, caution to the wind. We're just going to be driving all over the green today. The Kerbal, the KSC ground crew, or I should say landscaping crew, is going to be really upset. What is considered a project with this? I'm still trying to install the libs, but it says could not find any project. Ooh. I don't use projects. Like with KRPC, as far as I'm aware, like I don't know of anything that would be a project for the Python version. In the command prompt. Ah, I see. I think that's a C sharp thing. Is it not? I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that. All right, so now if we go into Kerbal constructs. Aha. Yes. Start air racing, basic orbital data. Wait, what? Start air racing. KSC fuel tanks, space plane. How do I start setting new things out, chat? Landing guide, flight tools. That's Kerbal constructs. I know there's a way to. Nope, that ain't it. Gotta look it up. Kerbal constructs. Let's see. How do we use Kerbal constructs? Control K, is it? Control K. I figured that there was a hotkey for it, but I didn't know what it was. Beautiful, thank you very much. Okay, so I need something simple, something simple. SKSC built in, spawn new, desert. Let's see. KSC Vab. Was too much? Yeah, fair enough. Control K, yeah, I got it. Some reason foliage reminds me of Spore. You know, you're not the first person to say that. Yes, indeed. Round, Vab, round. Ah, so that thing. So those are all different versions of that, and I'm just spawning them all in. Are you serious? I thought, okay. Delete instance. Local instances. Oh dear, chat. What'd I do? Delete. 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 Okay. So what I actually want to do here is look at what I already have spawned in, if I can. We have all the road parts. That's a T-junction, thick edge, blink, small, thick edge. Is this actually showing me everything? I'm not sure if it's showing me actually everything here. KSC runway, don't need any of that. Don't need any of the research stuff, I don't think. Launchpad could be good. Aha! Yes, this is actually exactly what I wanted. Thank you. Okay, so we gotta go out. Gotta bring it up. I definitely want to rotate it. Gosh, is it gonna... What's gonna happen if the truck is underneath this? Anyways. And then I need to roll it. Nope, not roll it, yaw it. There we go. Yeah, let's do 90 first. Oh, really? Okay. They didn't accept that. Whatever. Yeah, it's Kerbal constructs with a K. Is what I want to do here is have this set up. Did you watch the latest Long March? The way they drop off panels is like, yeah, I know, right? I have not seen it recently, no, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, those insulation panels that just come off. Yeah, it's pretty, can definitely be unnerving when you see that. So does anybody know what happens if the truck is going to be underneath this? When I go to set it? Because that would be, you know, bad, essentially, if it causes it to die or something. F5? Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, I can't while I'm in the... anyways. Well, it's only Thomas. So if Thomas dies, I'll just resurrect him, because this is not part of mission mode or anything like that, so. All right, that seems good. I want to go down a very small amount, if possible. So that's 1. I go down just 0. Oh, snapped. Nope, that was the wrong move. Don't want to snap to terrain. No, I do not. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty close. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good. We're going to save. Yes. I like it. So now we have that same pad, but over here. Very nice. Now, do we put another one? I don't think so. I think that should be good for now. Maybe if we ever get to the point of reusing a second stage as well, we'll add another one. But that one, I think, should be good. Save and close. Save. And close. So how you doing there, bud? I'm scared. I'm scared, chat. I can't remember. Does this like not technically exist until you go outside and back again? Oh, nope. Okay. Good talk. Got it. Just recover. Yeah, I know. Could have done that. But he's fine, chat. Totally fine. Look at him. Look at him. Thomas is okay. Just a little brush the dirt off. Is the pad upgradable? I don't think so. Just brush the dirt off, man. You're good. You're good. Okay, let's go ahead and I was actually just curious. That was for science. But anyways, let's go ahead and recover the vessel. And by vessel, I mean Thomas. Oh dear. I know, right? That's a little bit, You know what I should have done, chat? I should have used him to see where the pad is in terms of the coordinates, so we can use those to track. So now we're just gonna have to do it this way. We'll get the pad B out. We'll fly the helicopter over to it. Yeah, I don't think it's upgradable, Cyberlink. I don't think so. Oh, every time, chat. Go ahead and control from here. There we go. That's better. Okay. Right here, chat. Right? Maybe like right there. Maybe like right there. Yeah, like right there. Go to that, go to cheats, go to set position. That's our new position to track. So we're in our test.py. We need to go up here to this code. This is now going to be, oh God, that scared the Jesus out of me. Yo, Astronomy Show coming in with a raid. What's up, Astronomy? How are you doing? That scared me. You got me. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you up to this fine evening? All right, so we got that. Paste that there. We get our longitude out and we paste that there and we save it. And then we say that this is going to be LZ2. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Brilliant. Now it can get back in its helicopter. How you doing, Astronomy? Hope you're doing well. And all you raiders, hope you guys are doing super good. What's up, Fawn? How are you? You guys are coming in at a good time. We're about to switch over to some orbital class rocket guidance if we can. That is the plan anyways. Transfer you into there. We just got set up putting another pad down for us to start testing our rockets landing. Let's go ahead and recover and see how it goes. Reviewing recent things in astronomy we've done and others have done. Awesome. Nice. What things have you done? What are some of the things that you reviewed? I'm watching a meteor shower. Awesome. Yeah, I'm about to go outside and walk the pupper, and hopefully it's not cloudy. It was cloudy earlier. We'll see. Here in Colorado. Okay, that all seems good. We now have that pad. Let's go ahead and load up our orbital class launch vehicle. See what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Not too shabby. If KSP would load, we could actually see it. There we go. All right, let's take a gander. Let's just launch our vehicle. So what this is going to do, right, chat, is it okay, that scared me for a second. I thought it was frozen. Ah, KSP is frozen. Never mind. Okay, it actually just is frozen. Oh, there we go. There we go. We can get from this one here. So what this is going to do, it's going to fly an open loop trajectory all the way through second stage ignition and separation. And then we will take manual control of the rocket and do a boost back burn to aim towards the pad right to the right of the vehicle there. And then finally, we will run a landing script that from that point should hopefully fly it all the way down. Did I not hit the go button? Ah. Oh, that's right. I totally... Son of a gun, chat. No. No way. These can zoom? I can't believe that. Does it keep the zoom? Oh my God, and it keeps the zoom? Stop it. Wow. Okay. Just didn't know that about that mod. That's pretty cool. Yeah, standby chat. 1 second. I forgot to upgrade our stuffs here. So what is it missing? It's missing the clamp. Clamp. Wait, do we not have clamp? Oh, it's the max and min and now rate limit. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah, just... Wait, what did we used to call it? We used to call it clamp instead of min max? Is that what we used to do? No, because that's min-max. Wait. What did I do here? No, that's the set point max Q. What is this one? What was I doing with that? I don't think that's doing anything, chat. Yeah, I don't think that's doing anything. Anything helpful anyways. Just go ahead and delete. Let's just go ahead and delete that. Yeah, just go ahead and delete these. That's fine. That's good. Just do that. I must be off. Have a good night. All right, astronomy. Have a good night. You create a virus for the KSC, you know it. Yeah, 100%. How long till you build a camera on the tracking mount to follow the ascent? You know, NC, I have no idea. I don't know. We have to figure out threading, which is not going to be that big of a deal, but we have to basically thread because we have to be able to control 2 vehicles at once, and it's a rabbit hole I'm not interested in at the moment, I guess. You know? Also, deadband, I don't care. Deadbands are almost never the answer. Somebody said that before. It's true. 'Tis true. All right, that all looks good. That all looks fine. You know, actually, we might have to retune these. You know what? Let's do velocity form equals false. There we go. And we're gonna have to do that for all of these because these are going to be positional PIDs. There we go. All of these are for now until we have time to update them. All right, good. I hope that's it. I hope that's all that we need to do, chat. Anyways, let's run it, see what happens. Yeah, exactly, Caslo. Just not interested in that, so to speak, at the moment. Hey, what's up, Rams? How are you? Sorry, 1 second, chat. Here we go. All right, vehicle's pitching down range, looking good. It's quite a nice looking vehicle indeed. Remind you of anything? Does it inspire something perhaps? Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. Tough to say. Tough to say, truly. But yeah, tough to say. Yeah, it's a mix between Atlas and New Glenn, pretty much. 3-engine New Glenn or reusable Atlas. I don't know. All right, there we go. And that goes on its way, chat. Meanwhile, we don't care about that. We say goodbye and we fly the first stage down. That's what we do. But yeah, we are gonna go ahead and flip burn. We gotta go kind of high. So we're gonna reignite our engines here while we get into this mode here. Really looking for 70 kilometers if I can. That's looking okay. Need to go over this way a little bit more. If I can get over 70, that'd be great, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. No matter. We'll leave that there. Like I said, this is just a test to see just how well this goes for this vehicle as it stands right now. Not really expecting it to work, but you know, we'll see. So we'll leave that there for the moment. Let's go ahead and get this, run test. That should all be set up correctly. And we are running hover slam. which is our pad tracking. Cover slam. Yep, good to go. Run it. Uh-oh. Ah, I see. I see. Stand by, chat. I understand now. What is that? That is from the Slam controller. Slam controller is not tuned for this vehicle. This guy right here. Yeah, not tuned at all. Do something like that. Try it again. I think that's the Slam controller. What would be at this point? Pause. Resume. Oh yeah, we burned way too much. Son of a gun. What would be controlling throttle at this time here? Where's our throttle calculator? Why is burn flag true? Burn flag should be false, so it should not be that. Right? And it's nowhere else before this. Okay. Other things? We're not in mode 3, right? Like, where were we? I should really update this to be mode 3. Mode 3, mode 3. This is going to be mode 2. Oh, that's right. This is going to be mode 2A. Actually, that's going to be technically B because that goes beforehand. This code down here will be 2A. Okay. Let's run it back. Mode 2A. Why are you already in mode 2A? If Talimda surface altitude is less than 3,000 meters. Oh wait, no, that's 2B. Okay, no, no, we're fine, chat. We're fine. I'm crazy. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So now you're okay. So now you're not doing that, but you are facing the wrong way. Got it. You are in fact facing the wrong way though, so that's good. So that would help if I change that around. Don't worry about that, chat. Don't worry about it. It's not important. Or you know what? Actually, just boop, boop, and get rid of the negative sign there. Or even of the distance controller. Why were we doing negative on the distance controller? Is that right? No way. I don't believe you for a second. Okay. Let's try that again. Really? Really? Okay. Okay, game. This doesn't make any sense right now. And 1 to 2 launch teams, yeah, that'd be sick. The Blue Origin rocket is more beautiful than SpaceX. I agree, my friend. I agree. Welcome back, Ram. How are you doing? We're going orbital. Is it this one? Is it technically our heading? I was really hoping this would be a copy and paste. I thought we had this working last time, or like semi-working. Wait, why is that negative? Wait, which one is this? This is 2B. Ah, okay, I need to be in 2A. Wait, is that why? Positive, positive. -1. All right, so then that needs to be negative and that needs to be positive. Is that right? Right now? It's still a big nopers. Where are we getting the negative from? Like the sign is switched. Oh my god, chat. It was there. I don't even have a low pass filter on this. I don't need that anymore. Stop it. That's what you get for trying to just fly old code, chat. But not it, huh? Still not it. So if I change the... We're still 2A. So if I change the negative there, then was the other negative correct? This one? Because what was it beforehand? Negative 1, 1. Because right now we're moving away from the pad. If we're moving away from the pad, let's go back here. So what do I have? We're moving away from the pad. If pad is less than previous distance, let's get rid of U for now. So if distance, you know what? Let's actually just copy and paste this because we know that this is good. So yeah, now we gotta update it, chat. That's the thing. Do that. Get the indents right, chat. Gotta get the indents right. All right. Is it 90 plus? I think it's still 90 plus, right? Pitch input. Oh, we just did pitch input. We didn't actually do 90, but that's because this vehicle is different. Because this vehicle was just meant to fly like an airplane, so we do have to do 90. But I think it's 90 plus. I think that's right. I think that's right. No, you're good. You're good, Qualls. I got you. Where is the negative sign coming into play? Because we have our heading error. The heading should be correctly applied. Is it the velocity? We did have a negative here on the H velocity controller. Because this thing is technically coming in backwards, right? So instead of flying like an airplane, it's coming in backwards. So we got to get everything aligned correctly there, which for this vehicle would actually be more like mode 3. So that should all stay the same. Maybe it's this that I need to change. 90 plus pitch. There we go. So it's 90 plus. That's fine. Heading. We already have our heading. Current heading. We define our heading as just heading. That should be fine as well. Yep. Let's move. Yeah, let's move this up. Because we can. That went right after the current horizontal velocity. Wait, right? Current horizontal velocity. Yeah. Make sure that that goes in the right spot. Then we have our velocity pitch. We have our distance pitch. What does that do? Still not working. Now this could just be another tuning error, chat, which would actually be hilarious. We don't have anything other than proportional gains, so I would like to think it's not that as a problem, because we don't have any integral to have to worry about for that wind-up problem. The landing site should be correct. I hope. We just checked that. So where is the negative coming from? We had that negative there, but we had that negative there for a reason. But burn flag start. Wait, do I actually have that defined somewhere? Burn flag start. If vessel.thrust is greater than 0. Do I use that anywhere? That's the question. Do I need to restart it? Maybe. Yeah, Koalas, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Maybe need to restart it. I'd be a little surprised if that's the case, though. It still looks to be commanding everything. We'll go in the wrong way. It is interesting, isn't it? Where's the negative coming from? So this is 2B. We're in 2A, so I don't care about 2B yet. We can get 2A working. 2B should just be the same signs. So let's drag this out. We can really see everything that's going on here. So we're... Oh, okay. So we're going away from the pad right now, aren't we? We should be going away from the pad. Yeah, we are. So why is that negative? Negative should mean we're going towards the pad. So then that means I think we're calculating to our current velocity. Did we in here have it negative? Oh. That might... Wait, do we have that anywhere? Let me get rid of that. I don't think I'm using that anywhere at the moment. Right, because we got rid of that when we did this. I wonder if that was the issue. Wait a second, was that the issue? Because it was always negative and it was never changing. Ah. Well, let's see if that fixed it. Actually, with that, I might have to stop it. Might have to stop it, restart it, right? Well, that's correct. That's definitely correct, yeah. It's like, what do I do? I'm just gonna rotate. Maybe not roll control? All right, well, the landing burn still works, I guess. Are we gonna have enough delta V for this landing burn? I don't think we are. Nope, definitely not enough landing burn. Or not enough delta V. We're stopping too high. Oh, that's right. I forgot we gotta tune the slam controller too. Oh yeah, absolutely, Koalas. Yeah, I'm a fan with Jared. Yeah, with Jared Isaacman, I'm good with that. I'm more excited. The way I put it is, I'm more excited for him to be the nominee to run NASA than I was for Bill Nelson. Just put it that way. I'll just put it that way. So yeah. Smash, there you go. That's right, it was a smash. Jim was great. I was very pleased with Jim. 100%. 100%. All right, let's bring that back, chat. This time I'm going to try an F5 at the top so we can continue testing. Oh man, I'm getting foggy brain, chat. I'm getting tired. Probably have to just do one more here. There we go. That was an absolute smash. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But yeah, what I'm excited about Jared is he definitely has the like vision and passion, but of course it goes much more than that. What I really am interested to see Jared bring hopefully to NASA is that little bit of like a business mentality. And I don't mean running NASA like a business, but you know, he was very successful at running his business, obviously. But that leadership role of what running a massive, large enterprise actually looks like. Like, you know, what can team alignment do across all NASA centers if he's able to do that? Running all of the departments and knowing what all the departments should be doing. It kind of seems like NASA right now doesn't have that sort of leadership, if that makes sense. At least from what it seems from an external viewer and somebody that kind of interacts with NASA through his company. You know, there does seem to be certain departments within NASA or different organizations or centers rather that are button heads right now. And, you know, it would be nice to see everyone come together unified, and I think that's something that kind of like that business mentality can bring to the table. Why? Because in order to have a successful business, you have to have your entire team aligned to one goal, right? And then you disseminate and distribute that single goal to all of your different, you know, directors, supervisors, even your workers, to create the tasks and their own personal goals in order to reach that higher goal. And it just seems like NASA has no higher unifying goal right now. They say it, but it doesn't look like they actually are unified behind it, if that makes sense. But that's just one man's opinion. All right, there we go. Bringing it back. Yeah, start our boost back burn. Try to get it above 270 if we can. Might not be able to here. Nope, not going to be able to. All right, well, fair enough. We got to go even a lot higher than that, a lot steeper, chat. Gambling's very profitable for somebody. Yeah, no kidding. All right. We're going to climb up to Apo, and then I'm going to F5 so we can return to this point and continue testing our code here. There we go. And we'll go ahead and F5. And then before I start it, wait, what happened? Oh, yeah, okay. I know why that's happening. Anyways, go into test here. The SLAM controller, I don't know if the SLAM controller definitely needs a better set point. Because what do we use here as our set point for the SLAM controller? 0.5, and then for the actual set point, 0.3. I think that might be better. Because yeah, it's 0.5 right now. All right, so we're at 2A. That should be basically immediately what we go into. So we want to see what everything is going to be commanded. We have distance pitch. We're going to have our velocity pitch. And then we're going to have our pitch input. And I don't really care about our roll input right now, but we'll run it and see what happens after I F5 again. So F5, looking good. And run it back. And let's make sure we turn this on pitch and yaw. wait. What? How does this make sense? 2020 0? Wait, that is distance pitch and velocity pitch. So that should be commanding 0. Right? And then our pitch input is second to last, which is 0. Okay. So wait. Why are we hang on here. So what's our actual pitch right now? 90 plus pitch, but pitch is 0. So why are we not at 90? What commercial ventures do you see in the next year? There's two big ones. Obviously lunar ops, whether that's mining or whatnot. 5 years, that might be a little tough, but I'd like to think we can start working on that. I think a big one's going to be in-space manufacturing, and another one's going to be in-space servicing. I think those are going to be two really big ones that'll probably happen in the next 5 years. The lunar stuff, maybe not yet, because we technically don't have anything that can even get to the moon reliably yet, so. But I think those will be kind of like your top three. I think I'm going to run this and just see what happens. Now it's at negative and negative. Okay. Because technically, I'm okay with this because technically we're overshooting. So I'm wondering if the controller is actually taking that into account. So that's why I'm going to leave it and see what happens. When I was there, it was way more aligned. What Nolan is saying, yeah. Yes, indeed, I know it. It's been sad, man. I kind of like what this is doing. It's kind of trying to come straight down, but I don't know if that's actually going to work here. We'll see. The question is it tracking the pad or is it doing the opposite? I think it's still doing the opposite, right? Is it just our controller not having enough like control authority? Because technically it should be going that way. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Let's at least check the slam controller and whatnot. Oh yeah, by the way, stand by. Let me see. So I have all of those, but it should be 10, right? Yeah, it should just be hit 10 and we'll go from there. Okay, that controller's broken. Ooh. Well, it's still mostly together. Gosh dang it, chat. All right, so no, that did not work. Also, we were in mode 3 and it was facing the opposite way still. Why? It was still facing the wrong way in mode 3. Wait, mode 3? No, in mode 2B. So in both cases, we are definitely going the wrong way. Do we ever turn this to true? We do. So when vessel.thrust is greater than 0. I almost want to rewrite all of this similar to what we have here, because we broke it up over here into a lot more modes that were a little bit more discrete in what they were designed to do. That might just be the simplest fix, honestly. What happens if I make the pitch negative? Does that help? Does that help or hurt, chat? That's the question. Okay, that is helping. That's good. It's actually helping. We'll see. That I don't think should be. Oh gosh, dang it, chat. Well, I guess it's either make this negative or well, that HVL is negative. That's 2A though. I keep looking at 2A. No, that's right. 2A should be correct. Okay. Is it tracking it? A little tough to tell. I think it is. Okay, turning roll on, probably not the best idea, chat. Just saying. It's commanding 0. Coming straight down. Wait, why? All right, now it's commanding more. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of distance and horizontal velocity controllers that need some help here. Look at it go, chat. It's trying. Wait, before I do anything else. Chat, stand by. So that way it has a fighting chance. I need to get rid of this and change that. Yeah. Try that. Try that. Yeah. Yeah. Also, this right here. can go here. That happens there. So current velocity is there. We don't need the velocity sign there. Just trying to make it the same. Now this might cause it to be opposite because I have this statement here, but we'll see. We shall see, chat. So cut it, reload it. All right. Yeah, that's the opposite of what I actually want, but anyways, it'll get close. Cheater? Yeah, I know, right? Okay, you're coming in too fast. Yeah, slam, the altitude, the vertical velocity controller needs a little bit of tuning as well. But, I mean, it landed. It landed, and only 200 meters from the landing location is not god-awful for a first test. Yeah, okay. Yeah, chat. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point, don't you? All right, so we're back at testing orbital class rockets, and I think we have a lot better of a setup. So what we're probably gonna have to end up doing next stream might not be until Monday, chat. Definitely follow on Discord, ! Discord and chat, because I do typically tweet out or post rather in Discord if I'm going to be going live or if I'm not going to be going live. But yeah, I think the next one will be to rewrite the code that we have for this to be a booster specifically designed landing system, similar to what we just tested with our other vehicle, rewritten from the ground up. To use some of the best practices that we learned, and then hopefully test it and get really close to the pad. I think that'd be really good. Dude, yeah, I know SpaceX did 1 meter. I know, right? Anyways, we'll get there. We'll get there, chat. But have a good rest of your night. Have a happy Friday. Have a good weekend if I don't see you, and hopefully we'll be back here next week. Would you ever go to space if offered? Yeah, 100% without hesitation, so long as it is on a vehicle that I can have a chance to get back on. When is the next stream? Probably, I would say for now, Burger, not until Monday, but it might be Sunday. Just don't know yet. But anyways, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys here on the flip-flop. And yes, it did just survive, so,